we have just a pile of stuff, okay? We got all the real pile of stuff. But anyway, great for WIOD, tremendous. And we can't take any credit for it because we were here 1 week out of all of this, so it's not going to mean anything for us. And like I said, we're kind of in limbo, so we can be real objective. Now, who is number one in the market? What is this? Boy, I don't understand this at all. I don't, boy, this doesn't make any sense to me at all, this one page here. Well, anyway, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, okay? 6 to 10 a.m., Monday through Friday. Life, of course, Lifeless, WLYF, slush elevator music for The Walking Dead. They had a 7-1. They were number one like they always are because there are more brain-dead people here than anything else. Mike Ranieri with a 6-1. A big number was number 2 in the entire market in the morning, so he was really number one because nobody counts Life. An excellent job for Mike.
Yeah.
Wacky, which is Española, 5-9. So they don't count. QBA of 5-9. There's 2 more that don't count. When I say they don't count, they count to somebody, but not in the realm that we live in, okay?
English
and those
speaking.
of you out there who don't care about ratings or aren't interested in the numbers, you don't understand them, buzz off, okay? Because we care about them. And all the people in the business are listening. Y100 at a 4-5 in the morning. That's Sunny. And we're waiting for, by the way, I got my $500 check for Camillus House right here. Here it is. And Sonny, we expect you to be here any moment, any day, dropping it off at the front desk. Zeta. Dropping. Now, we were gone from there for 2 weeks, okay? They dropped. Our last trend was a 5-5 to a 4-1.
Whoa!
In 1 month.
Oh!
And we were only gone 2 weeks, okay, to a 4-1, which is the lowest the morning show has had in many, many months. Now, of course, somebody over there, Rose, would say, oh, yeah, but the Colonel was not here. Yeah.
Good luck
to
you.
That and 40 cents will buy you a watery cup of coffee at Wolfie's on 21st and Collins, okay? Magic dropped to a 3-8. This is 12 plus, 6 to 10 a.m. Then Power with a 3-8. I'm not going to go through the whole list. Winds dropped from a 4-0 to a 3-6 in the morning, 12 plus, WINZ. Wait a minute. Okay, where is it? All right, we got to have little sound effects here. I know I'm off mic, but just relax, okay?
Kicking ass with 50,000 watts of power all over South Florida. From the Keys to the Palm Beaches, even out to the Bahamas. This is WINZ.
Yeah, well, you only wish. Anyway, so they took a dive, and then W Snooze took a big dive in the morning. They dropped from a 4-3 to a 3-6 in morning. See, they had a month in the summer. I forget which one it was, W Snooze. Remember the whole station? There was this gigantic... distorted thing, and stations do get distorted months. Like GTR got a bad distortion the trend before this one, and they're still recovering from that. Gloves in the morning from a 3-1 to a 3-3. Okay, Hot from a 1-9 to a 3. Hot was one of the big stories.
Yeah.
GTR from a 2-6 back up to a 2-9. Like I said last month, really devastated them with some bad sampling by Arbitron. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much. Anyway, let's see, midday from 10 to 3, and again, we were here only a very brief time. Life with a 9-8.
God.
Magic with a 5-6, which is a big drop for them, but still second. Gloves from a 3-5 up to a 4-4. W Snooze from a 5-1 down to a 4-2. Sandy. And Joy, QBA, Power, CMQ, WIOD. Now, isn't this interesting? WIOD from a 3-1 to a 3-7.
Huh.
Now, we were only here a week. Is it possible that in a week we had that kind of impact here?
I don't know.
It would be interesting because in the next one we'll find out.
Oh, yeah.
3-1 to a 3-7, which is the biggest number in midday this station's had in a very long time. Isn't that fascinating?
Isn't it?
He said. And let's see if there's anybody else of interest here. Now, nothing too exciting in midday. How about Winds? The reason I forgot about them is I don't come across them on the list.
They're kind of low on the...
They're feeling mighty low.
You're going way down.
Let's see. Waxy. Winds stayed flat at a 2-4 in midday. They were 19th in the market, okay, after a big dive in the morning. This is 12 plus, don't forget. We'll get to those demos momentarily, ladies and gentlemen, and those who are bored by this. Tough potatoes. Afternoon drive. Now, Steve will be interested in this. 12 plus. Life with a 7-7. You just can't beat them, man. Might as well knock their antenna down or something. Power had a 5-5. Y100 a 4-8. And that was one of the big stories, according to Spike, is that Power beat Y100 in this book, which is... No, not Power. Trend. I mean, Hot. Did you say?
Beat
overall. I haven't... That first
trend.
thing there, it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Magic a 4-7. W Snooze from a 4.9 to a 4.3 in the afternoon. That's Alice. Steve from a 4.6 to a 4.1. However, again, keep in mind that's 12 plus. So the 65-year-plus listeners are still doing it for W Snooze, but they're dropping like a rocket ship. Gloves from a 3.1 to a 3.9. Gloves had a pretty good book here, looks like, huh? Wins from a 2.4 down to a 2.3. Yeah, pretty good trend. Excuse me. Boy, see, you wonder why he's here, ladies and gentlemen. He's here to correct me on every mistake that I make, and they will not let a single one go.
Well, this is important.
At night, EDR, a 7.6, Power with a 6.9, Hot with a 6.1,
Ooh.
Life with a 6, W Snooze a 5.2, a little slippage there for a Jer. QBA, Y100 with a 4.1, Waxy with a 4.1, Wins with a 4. They went back up at night with that horrendous TalkNet. On the weekends, of course, the Dolphins help out over here, so we did very well at IOD. Life had a 7.8, Power 6.1, IOD a 5.2. Then EDR, Hot, CMQ, QBA, TMIW Snooze down to a 3.4 on the weekend. Must be some of the right-wingers are dying off. Wins down to a 2.3 on the weekend. Okay, now we get into some of those demographics, okay? And I know some of you are just getting bored to tears by this. You're ready to pass out on the floor, so we'll take a break, okay? Isn't that a good excuse? Man, the way we sneak into this crap, it's unbelievable on this show.
Even to me, it's unbelievable sometimes.
Unbelievable, to steal a phrase from Rose Folger, okay? They dropped overall, by the way, at Zeta from a 2.5 to a 2.0, and, of course, the big dip there, as we told you. Oh, we didn't find them yet in the other day part.
They're way down.
That's why I didn't come across them. We'll go back when we come back, because I want to savor every second of it. They dropped from a 2.5 to a 2 in one trend.
And we want to get every day
But they've turned the corner now, man. They've turned the corner.
They've corrected the problem.
They're going to be consistent.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to tell you about Nutrisystem. Today is weighing day. 1024 at WIOD, and as we look back over some of those Zeta numbers that we missed earlier, unbelievable. You want to see some people do a little Kazatsky on the tabletop here at night. This is the first. See, I got all this stuff out of order here. It's not Spike's fault. He's just under a lot of pressure. Anyway, Monday through Sunday, the whole week, 12 plus, WIOD had a 4.6 to rank third in the whole market behind Life and Power. We had a 4.6, which is a giant number.
Great.
W Snooze dropped from a 4.7 to a 4.0, and INZ had a 2.8. So of the three competitors, IOD kicked some serious ass. Now, getting back to those day parts, boys and girls. Well, let's go 3 to 7 p.m., 12 plus. Let's find Zeta in there, okay, so we don't have to be. They dropped from a 1.6 to a 1.4, which is marginal.
Ones.
From 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in midday. We already told you the big drop over there in the morning. In midday, they dropped... well, no, I don't know if they dropped. You know, Gonzer, he doesn't have much to drop. 2.4 to a 2... Oh, that's INZ. I knew that couldn't be right. They haven't seen a 2 in a long time. 1.6 to a 1.4, Gonzer. Dipping just a little bit there. You know, Jeff, he's a great guy, but God almighty, that show. And now, what did I do? Oh, here's the real winner now. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here it is, 7 to midnight, WZTA. Oh, we should have a drum roll. We got all kinds of sound effects in there. Wait a minute, Roger's got something big here, okay.
He's got the appropriate...
Roger's got the appropriate sound effects.
Yeah.
When you hear this number, man, you're going to go apoplectic. You're going to go ape. Here it is. Great. Excellent. Thank you, Roger. This deserves a 45-minute drum roll. 7 to midnight, 12 plus, WZTA, a 0.7. Ranking number 27 out of 29 rated stations. And look at Roger. A 0.7.
Oh.
Dropping from a 1.1, which wasn't much to write home about. So they dropped an everyday part. They dropped, and I wonder about on the weekend. You think they did well on the weekend? Because that used to be their strong point that Rose used to talk about. See, now that we've gone, man, they've turned that corner, baby.
Corrected the problem.
Really, they've corrected all their problems because we couldn't turn over that audience for them.
They got it down.
Let's take a look here. Let's see how they did on the weekend, because that used to be 2.1 to a 1.6 on the weekend, okay? So I guess the fact that we've left just hasn't sunk in yet with the rest of that audience, man. Now, 25 to 54... in the morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Zeta. Wow. Our last trend there, we had a 7.1, the last two trends, 5.0. They lost 2.1 points in 2 weeks, keep in mind,
2 weeks.
And dropping like a rocket, like a giant brick from the Empire State Building, like a penny from the World Trade Center. Rocketing. As a matter of fact, listen to this. Ranieri in the morning tied them with a 5. That's his biggest share ever in 25 to 54 in the morning, at least anywhere on here. That's a big number, man, on an AM station in the morning.
Yeah.
Boy, he had a super book.
Yes,
now, we don't want to take any credit for bringing some of those people over here. Roger's applauding himself over there. See? No, congratulations, Roger. You guys deserve it.
Yeah.
And now midday, well, let's see. We don't care about any of this, do we?
No,
we don't care about that. Let's take a look at the afternoon drive, because I know Stan is listening, and he's out there. Oh, boy, this is great. This is great. This is great. Okay, let's see. IOD with a 4.6 in the afternoon, ranking 5th. Steve with another big number there, 25 to 54. Let's see how the demos compared between Steve and Alice, okay? Steve had a 4.6 in 25 to 54, and Alice had, let's see, can we find that many
pretty
pages?
Far, yeah.
Zeta stayed with a 2.3 in there. INZ went from a 1.8 to a 1.9. They had a marginal, minimal gain with an embarrassing number.
Flat.
Where's Alice?
Can you go down that far? Does it?
Oh, here it is, from a 2.0 to a 1.8.
Oh.
So their audience is getting older by the moment. In fact, they better slow down the hands of time, or they're going to wind up. Their whole audience is going to be dead. You know what I'm saying? All right, now let's see. Midday, 25 to 54 here. We ought to look at that, shouldn't we? I mean, again, since we went up overall, well, I guess we had a little bit. We goosed it a little, as the butt-licking duck would say.
Exactly.
Let's see. IOD from a 2.1 to a 3.1.
2.1 to a 3.1.
Yeah, the 3.1. To give you an idea, back in the spring they had a 1.5 in 25 to 54, then a 2, a 2, a 2.7, a 2.1, and then a 3.1. In this trend.
Good place to start. I like that as a
So evidently those last couple of weeks goosed some things a little bit. Okay, that takes care of that. Don't worry, folks. We'll get the show going when we're good and ready, okay?
Exactly.
A lot of people in the business depend on it because their management won't tell them any of this, and they get all bent out of shape and all nervous and hysterical, and believe me, most of them deserve it. Okay, 6 a.m. to midnight, 18 to 34. Now, we had a giant number on Zeta. We had a 9.9, and in 2 weeks they dropped to a 6.9 in 18 to 34. That they lost a third of the audience.
They've turned the corner. They've corrected the problems. Now they're on their way over there. They are on their way. No problem at all. And we were the problem.
Let's see if there are any 18 to 34s that showed up midday in IOD. I think it's unlikely here, 10 to 3. But let's just take a peek from a 0.9 to a 1.2. So that's, a little increase, but it's going to take time. Although a 1.2 is the highest number that shows on the sheet here. The next one's going to be real interesting when the whole fall book comes out.
That's
what it's going to be really fascinating. Now, what's this stuff at the bottom here? 35 to 64.
Oh, you may find some NWS numbers.
Yeah, we're starting to get to them. Although, let's see, IOD had a 5.9, third in the market, and W Snooze. Now, see, that's too young for W Snooze. They dropped from a 3.9 to a 3.0. So the overwhelming majority of their audience now is 65 plus. I mean, if you've got Metamucil to sell, if you've got like Ducalax, if you have Polident, then W Snooze is the station for you folks. Trust me when I tell you. They have no competition. 65 plus, man, they are on a run, if I can say that. Okay? They are doing it. But that nighttime number at Zeta, 0.7. I want you to keep in mind, that's a 100,000 watt Class C FM. A monster signal. Well, it's on that tower, so it's not like a wounded monster. And a 0.7. Now, for a guy like Rose who keeps claiming they're going in the right direction, when when old douchebag Gene Cashman was there at night, she was in the 3s for a while. Remember?
Right. Sure.
Shortly after we went there and things started rolling and they got along, and they were 2s and some 3s, and we were going up, toward a 5 and then the 5.5. And they dropped to a 4.1. And I don't want to sound like I'm gloating, but I sure am. I am. Because I wish them, and there's some nice people over there, Captain Dave, and Gonzo's a good guy, although minimal, terrible show. But there's some good folks, but I wish them such bad luck. Not individually, but I mean the company.
Yeah. And
the management over there, both upper and middle level. Because, and again, Rose, if you take him out of the business, a good guy, but you just can't separate. That would be like saying that Hitler was a nice guy if you took him out of the government, He'd be a good guy to go to a party with or something like that. You cannot separate people from their roles in life. And as a radio person, he's just a disaster, Rose. I mean, he's stubborn. He just refuses to change on that music. He continues to try to find scapegoats and blames everybody for all the things that are going wrong. And then, he finally got this free hand, and they're going to let him do it, man. He's doing it, and they're bombing. I mean, they're going to wind up the next trip. When the book comes out, they will be under a 2, I predict.
Absolutely. And And
now, that may
down.
not mean a lot to those of you out there who are not in the business, but to those of us who are remotely related to the business, and the people who work over there, I can only say are remotely related to the business. What's going on there with Roger? He just jumped up and down like Rumpelstiltskin, man. He's having a nervous breakdown. What now?
Yeah,
what is it that we're doing, or that you did? I'm sorry, not that we're doing. What is it that you did?
You know, it looks like he's
He just erased last week's logger tape. Don't worry about it, okay? Life goes on. That was the one where Steve had that conversation. You know the one I'm talking about? Now, don't choke on it, okay? Just relax. Try to control yourself.
Well...
So anyway, those are the basic numbers there. If anybody has a specific question about any of their favorite stations.
You know how he was like grabbing his head and just freaked out?
And he just left. He said, I'm going home.
Finally
I've had
left.
it.
He looked like he was
He's
reacting.
not usually that emotional on our show. He emotes during the Ranieri show and then kind of unwinds from 10 to 11. But he's gone. I think he just took off, and we're on automatic pilot now, so let's have a hell of a time. You know?
This is exciting.
Yeah, let's really go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So anyway, that's where we stand. And
now, didn't he look to you, that look on his face like he was looking at that night number at Zeta? Isn't that what it looked like?
Yeah, no, seriously, when he heard that .7 after he gave us that drum roll, he just about fell off the chair.
Yes, he did.
And he covered up his whole face with his hands and just was chortling and puking and having a nervous breakdown.
Well,
anyway, he finally came back. He was on his way home, and he said, okay, it wasn't that bad. Don't worry about it, will you please? You're just too emotional, okay? Life goes on, all right? There are plenty of other jobs in the market. Especially with these trends, there ought to be. Okay, and I also want to say, with these trends, the fact that there are some talented people, I don't want to mention any of my personal friends, sitting on the sidelines who've been out of work for much too long, and some of these yahoos out there that continue with their fractional numbers, I mean, with audiences that can't be found with a telescope.
That's right.
That's really sad. You know, it's a real tip-off on what a Bush League market this is and what kind of management generally is in this market. Unlike here, where we have sensational management. We really do. Yes. I know that sounds... Well, it sounds butt-licking, but since the butt-licking duck is here, he can take credit for it. But really do. These people here have got their stuff together. No finally. Question. It took them a long time, I'll tell you that, but they finally got some idea what's going on. Okay, it's 10:35. Here's a guy who's always got some idea, at least generally, of what's going on. Henry Barrow with a news update, and we'll come right back.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This here is the King. I know I haven't been around much for a while, but I want y'all to know that up here in rock and roll heaven, I'll be thinking of you this Christmas. I'd like to give y'all a special Christmas message. A message of peace. Like, how about a little piece of that pie going by? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, Christmas is a time of hope, a time of joy, a time for loving. And I sure would love a big slice of that feature you got there. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, what is that? Oh, yeah, Christmas. Now, Christmas to me means family. And family means friends. And friends means getting together. And getting together means eating. Oh, pass me that drumstick, would you please? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And I just want to say to you right now, you know, I may be a big star, maybe too big. But ain't nobody so big you can't reach out a helping hand. A hand. Would you hand me a helping of those mashed potatoes over there, would you please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, like I was saying, ain't nobody so big you can't stoop to help a friend in need over the holiday season. Now, speaking of season, you want to pass me that salt sugar when you get the chance? Thank you. Yeah, just unscrew the cover. That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this Christmas, why don't y'all take a tip from old Eos? No, leave those steak tips right where they are. You know what I mean? No, I appreciate it. Thank you. I want you to remember, we're all part of God's great big family. And you know God made man unto his own image. And look in the mirror, I'd have to say God must be a big, big son of a gun. You know what I mean? I think you do. But I especially want y'all to remember this one last thing. When you're all at home this Christmas, stringing that popcorn up on the tree, save a big, big bowl for the Kane. Extra butter, know what I mean? I think you do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And may the good news be yours. By the way, somebody gave us a bum steer about Ralph Redneck the other day. Remember they said he's going to Channel 12. That's a lot. He just signed 2 more years at Channel 6. I heard it on this here radio place this morning. Okay, do you have an Elvis thing before we start?
Well, we were looking at...
These people are getting...
This is out of Rolling Stone. They have some T-shirts you can get like...
Fat Birds Don't Fly.
Fat Birds Don't Fly. Well, here's one. Paul is dead and Elvis is alive.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
we knew that. In fact, Paul is Elvis, okay? Because you never used to see them hanging out together. You see Paul and Michael Jackson once in a while.
Yeah, well, that's a hell of a point.
All right, we got a couple of Broward lines still not lit, which is a little, they're a little slow on the uptake up there these days. 524-WIOD, 524-9463. Now, let's take the call first about the ratings in Miami. Hello? Are they gone? Yeah, they're gone. Well, it must have been Cyberhawk. Or did I punch the wrong one? I'm not sure. Hello? Now, I don't understand, but that thing is still doing some bizarre stuff. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me we're going to have another one of those. I'll try one more time. Hello?
Hello, hi.
See, there is somebody there. Well, these were in the off position. Or in the on position. I don't know. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry. We're all screwed up as usual. Sir?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm on the line.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'd like to know what the top 10 stations in the market were.
The top 10 stations?
In order.
In order. Wow, you don't ask for much, do you, sir?
And also, how did radio station WEDR do?
WEDR always does very well.
Does very well. Big
and I will
99.
tell you in just a second, as soon as I can find that, boy, I got more stuff here than Carter's got pills. You know what I mean?
That Bill Wise.
That
boy.
Bill Wise.
Could you give me a breakdown on EDR's different day parts?
Oh, geez.
You want a lot.
Okay, I'll do that as we go along, okay? But I mean, okay, here we go. The top 10 stations. This is not even a right sheet. Man, this is 25 to 54. God almighty, here's weekends. When I give this back to Spike, it's going to be so messed up, he's going to be apoplectic. Well, he can straighten it out himself. Okay, 12 plus. WLYF, lifeless with an 8. WPOW, 5. WIOD, a 4.6. QBA, a 4.6. EDR, a 4.4. They were number 5, okay, sir? A Magic, a 4.2. W Snooze, a 4.0. They were 7th. Hot with a 3.9. They were tied for 8th with CMQ, a Spanish station, 3.9. Y100 was 10th with a 3.8.
Okay.
Okay, sir?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice holiday. And may the good snooze be yours. Both the Broward lines that were unlit are still unlit. Maybe it's going to be one of those days. Did we chase him away with all this boring stuff? I don't really care. Because this is, you're going to have to get used to it. Because once a month, the trends come out from Arbitron, which is part of the book. That's like a rolling thing. And then, of course, the full book will be out next month. And we give that information on the air. Oh, who saw an upside-down Zeta plate? You did? Roger saw an upside-down Zeta plate yesterday. And if he had seen these numbers, there's more than the plates upside down, I'll tell you that. In fact, Rose's plates are upside down in his mouth as we speak now.
No, they've solved the problem.
Yeah, they've solved the problem. They've turned the corner.
Turned the corner.
Unfortunately, they didn't realize it was a dead-end street that they turned the corner on, man. It's Dead Man's Curve, and even Jan and Dean can't help them now. Miami, hello.
Hi, Neil.
How you doing?
Hi, Bird.
Hi.
Who's this?
This is John.
Oh, John, you sounded just like Joey. Do you remember Joey?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Joey's one of our regular faithful callers.
Neil, I want to ask you a question.
What's the question, John?
I was in Washington for the summer, just visiting.
Yeah.
You know, and I listened to this guy called The Grease.
The Grease Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know him?
Do I know him? I know who he is.
Well, I was listening to him, and he was saying all this Jewish stuff. He was saying all this Jewish, bits and all that.
Really? The Grease Man?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there are a lot of
Italian last name, but I think he was Jewish.
Yeah, like Giuseppe Pappalardi, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the question, John?
That's the question.
What is the question?
What I just asked you.
Did he just ask me a question?
I didn't hear the question mark, John, after your statement.
Okay, let's try it again. Is he Jewish?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any. I don't
know.
think so. I don't have any idea.
I don't know.
Okay, Neil, have a nice Simchas Torah.
Okay, and have a good Shavuos.
Okay.
Bye, John.
Bye.
By the way, with a Goyish name like John, what the hell is he worried about Shavuos? Did he say his name was John?
Uh-huh.
Boy, that is not what you call your run-of-the-mill Jewish name.
He must be honorary, like I am.
Yeah, right. You've been hanging around too many of Steve's rabbis. I think that's your problem. Open line in Dade County, 751 WIOD, Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
What's the question?
The question is, was the rabbi circumcised?
No, but my name's John, too, but it's J-O-N. This is really,
All right, now, John, let me ask you. If you are Jewish, it'd be one of the great miracles in the history of mankind.
I am. It's J-O-N.
Get out of here.
Hey, would I lie to you? Hey, Duck, how you doing?
Well, there's only one way for you to come down here and prove it, John.
Really? I said hi to the Duck, but he didn't hear me, I guess.
No, hi, John.
No, that's because I was talking at the same time.
Is this J-O-N, John?
This is J-O-N.
Okay.
That's how we'll differentiate between me and that
Exactly.
4-year-old that just called. Or
That's
whoever.
right. That's it.
Anyway,
come on, he wasn't 4. He was at least 6 or 7.
All right, moving right along. How did Chronic Cox do over there?
Oh, he did well.
How do you know?
You read the afternoon number at Power. You didn't?
I did?
Yeah, you did. You did real well. Yeah.
I guess I better put that stinking pipe down. I've been
You
smoking
did
this
read it.
pipe so I don't eat. Let's see, 3 to 7, 12 plus. Power, oh, he had a big number. Although down, a drop from a 6.2 to a 5.5, but he was still second behind Lifeless.
He's doing pretty well then.
Oh, yeah. And Y100 had a 4.8 in the afternoon, so he beat him by almost a full point.
I hate to get into sports, but I'm the only one today that's upset that the fish won, you know?
No, you're not the only one. We heard the mystery picker this morning and the whole song and a dance, all the Browns fans and everything. I don't want to hear about it.
No, but
No, you're upset because of the draft pick,
exactly.
right?
I don't want to. I mean, what's the reason to win right now?
No, come on. Let's face it. They got to go out there and give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? They can't just go out and roll over and play dead just to get the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah. Oh well.
Are you going to be okay?
No.
Because they got something to think about, okay, and that's empty seats in the stadium next year.
Yeah, but if they get some great draft picks, they have nothing to worry. I mean, they'll have.
Well, people don't go to games based on draft picks. They go to games based on what have you won lately? You know, that's how this town is.
But look what they did. They had 61. The paper predicted 45, and they had 61 there. So I don't want to get sports.
No, let's not get too sports intensive. Somebody we know, not to mention any names, will become surly.
This has all been covered already.
Start giving us names of tennis players who haven't been born yet.
And will be covered again tonight at 6.
I agree.
Intensively on Sports Talk.
Okay.
Live from Tony Roma's in Davie.
We'll be there.
Okay.
All right.
Whack, whack.
Bye-bye. Now, that's cute. Now, that's a little new wrinkle for the show there.
I like that.
It's 10:40.
With Neil Rogers on News Talk Radio 610.
10:51 at WIOD. Lighthouse Point. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, hi.
How you doing?
Good. What are you on later now? Your show on later?
Am I on later?
I mean, are you on longer? I heard you're on after 2 yesterday.
No. Steve was at Bob Grove's funeral yesterday, so we stayed for another hour, for an extra hour.
Oh, what time are you getting off today?
What time am I getting off today?
Yeah.
2 o'clock, as far as I know, sir.
That's not what I meant. What time are you getting off with your boyfriend?
Oh, that's cute. I don't know, Bob. What time are you planning on it, sir?
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, yeah. 10:52, that was Lighthouse Point. We rarely get calls from there because the brain dead are like all jammed into little parts of Lighthouse Point. Isn't that close to Pompano Beach, by the way?
Yeah. It's
Very
up that
close.
way.
Yeah, It's up in that general brain dead area. You've been hanging around up there too long, pal. It's obviously affecting you. Open line in Broward, 524 WIOD. We'll go to, this will clean things up a little bit. Sunrise.
Hi, Neil.
Yes.
Hi, I just wanted to say goodbye. I'm going to be going to Japan for 3.5 months.
3.5 months?
Yeah, for vacation. And then when I come back in April, I'm going up to Rochester. Go to RIT.
Great. Well, we wish you good luck, sir.
All right, and if I send you a tape in with the $15 and enough postage.
It was at 20, I think we decided
20?
yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then you could just send it to me?
What?
And you could send it to me?
I'll be delighted.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Have a good time.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't take any wooden nickels over there either, okay? You know those Japanese, man. 10:53, 7 before 11 at WIOD. And that Boca line hasn't lit. That's the problem. That's the only one that's kind of like a real deadhead this morning. 278 WIOD, that line 7. I must be a masochist, because when I start asking them to call, then you know that you got to be a real S&M guy on the M side. Dade County, hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
That was $15 yesterday, but that's okay. I was going to send 20.
No, you didn't listen long enough. We were, negotiating the whole thing, and at the end, I was convinced, somebody talked me into 20.
Oh, I must have turned on the machine. Sorry. As far as the tape goes, though, is it going to have the golf game on it?
No.
How about young Neil?
See, now the problem is if we're going to start negotiating what's going to be on the tape.
Oh, I'm just asking. I'm not negotiating.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'll do it anyway.
I think I will put young Neil on it because I don't like playing it on the air. It's too damn long. It goes on forever, and I've heard it a million times, and I think it's lost a little of the original luster. You know what I mean? I mean, after the 4,000th time, to me, it just isn't that great anymore. But I'll put it on there. Then the people who want to hear it instead of bugging me can listen to it.
Yeah, I've only heard it once, so I've got a few more thousand to go.
Okay.
Listen, one other question is, who is Sandy Fox, and did he have a TV show in New York years ago?
Sandy Fox. That's Sandy Payton's brother-in-law. No, it's not Sandy Fox. I can understand why you can't comprehend the name, because you can't understand what Sonny says. Sonny Fox.
Oh, it's Sonny Fox. That's right, Sonny Fox.
Not in New York. Sonny did have he used to do the old rotten movies on Channel 6 on the weekend, once upon a time.
I remember.
In his Hawaiian luau shirts. But no, Sonny was on She for a long time, and now he's on Y100 in the
morning. But it was just here in Miami.
And I'm sure he's on his way right now with his $500 check for Camillus House.
Right. Well, hey, one last thing. I had a friend in college. His name was Matthew. His brother's name was John, and his other brother's name was Paul, and they're all Jewish.
Well, they must have been related to the original apostles, huh?
Yeah, well, go figure that one out.
I'll be honest with you. I can't think of anybody I've known in my life whose name was John who was Jewish.
Well, that one kicked me when Matthew walked in. He said, obviously being Jewish.
Matt. Well, Matt. No, I think Matt can be a Jewish name. Yeah, in fact, there are a lot of Matts, okay? And Paul, there's a lot of Jewish Pauls, but John is a very, if you pardon the expression, goyish name.
Very goyish.
I don't know any Arabs named John either, so it's not one of those Semitic names. Okay, listen, have a great one.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, now let me go back to this thing that we mentioned yesterday, and we ought to straighten it out because we were involved in this ongoing negotiating kind of thing, and I will, this Sunday, I will have to come in because I'm going to put that tape together and put some of this other millions of bits on cart finally. But anyway, under much duress and as a different way to raise some more money for Camillus House in an ongoing effort, not just now, but in the weeks to come. If you will send a donation of $20 or more, a check or money order, made out to Camillus House, and let's get this right, a cassette, 90-minute cassette, stamped self-addressed envelope is optional, but would be helpful, okay?
Asking for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a little tiny envelope, but one that a cassette will go in, like a legal-size envelope.
Right.
Then we will send you a cassette of all these different bits that we're going to play. A lot of the stuff you hear us play on the air. Not all of it, of course, but, 45 minutes worth that'll be on one side of the cassette. And one thing I'm going to tell you, like, I don't know yet how much is going to be on there. It'll be 35 minutes or 40 minutes. When you get it, don't call or write and say,
gee, the other side was blank. Couldn't you put something on the other side?
I'll never forget that as long as I live. Some of these ungrateful douchebags out there that just want you to, they think that everybody in the world has got nothing in their life but them, and they're going to just sit down and do a whole song and a dance on both sides of it. It's a big enough of a pain to dub all these off, and I know Rich isn't even aware yet the work that he's going to have entail. Although I feel we can probably find somebody who's got high-speed dubbing equipment, like maybe our friend Rich Pachter, or somebody who's like in the music business,
maybe
connected to it, would know somebody who can dub them for us.
It's amazing. You said yesterday that people would not listen long enough and would send in $10 or $15. You said that yesterday, and already a couple of calls this morning.
Oh, Roger says we do have a high-speed dub here, but it sucks. Well, we don't want that. We don't want them to suck. We want them to be at least reasonable so we don't get a lot of complaints and malcontents. We have enough of those already. Pembroke Pines, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, man, what a question.
Well,
Let me ponder that for a little while. No, we're doing fine.
Okay.
Don't be sensitive now. Don't start getting like that Sonny Fox.
Oh, no way. No way. I happen to like Sonny Fox, but you're right.
No, he's a good guy, but he's just a little sensitive.
Yeah, he is a bit too sensitive.
Like, thin-skinned.
Yeah.
And now that Hot beat him, he's going to really be upset.
Sure.
Although, wait a minute. Let's get it right, or he'll call again. They didn't beat him in the morning, I don't think.
Anything we can do.
Now, let's get it straight, because if we say they beat him in the morning and they didn't, he'll be
right on that phone.
And he'll be...
Just
a minute. Let me look. Let me find mornings here.
We'll have to interrupt the news to put his call on.
All right, go ahead. When you're talking, I'll find it here.
Okay. First of all, I'm not Jewish, and my name is Joey. And second of all, how did magic do from 10 to 2?
Are you Italian, Joey?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. See, here's some guy who makes sense anyway. He's what he's supposed to be.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, God, am I going to find anything now? Spike is going to go crazy when he sees his magic from midday from a 6.5 down to a 5.6, but they're still second behind Lifeless, so they're doing just fine.
They're doing good?
Who was I looking for a minute ago? Oh, Sonny.
Yeah,
in the morning.
You were looking for Sonny.
Sonny Fox.
Oh, Sonny Fox. Let's see. I don't see him here. Wait a minute.
Does he really mumble like that on the phone?
On the air.
I've yet to hear him like
wait a minute. I have it turned upside down. Here he is.
You've never heard one of his...
Here he is. He had a 4.5. He was fifth, and he did not get beaten by Hot. Hot was, where the hell is Hot already? Oh, they're way down there with a 3. So I correct myself on that. In the morning, Sonny did very well.
Okay.
You've never heard of him?
In fact, he went from a 4 back up to a 4.5, so he's doing fine.
I'm sorry, Bert?
You've never heard Sonny?
There's Sonny right now.
He's calling you. You'll find out yourself.
Yeah. Now listen. When you speak to him, listen very carefully because you might a couple of words. You know what I'm saying? Have a good one now. Okay, there he goes. Okay, well, listen, that's the end of the first hour, and it seems like we just sat down. Roger is right. I think time is just slipping us by. Before you know it, it's going to be time for them to plant all of us in the ground, man. I'm telling you, it's really, it is flying by. Speaking of being planted in the ground, Steve Kane this afternoon, the Charles Street case, game time and early release of prisoners. Speaking against game time is good old attorney Tom Bush, and I won't say a word about him that I haven't said before. Pro game time, Bill Laswell, president of the Broward County Criminal Trial Lawyers Association. Some more contrived debates on the Kane Show this afternoon from 2 to 6, only here on 610 WIOD. All right, just everybody slow down, take a breath, relax. Slim Rich is here. He used to be Fat Rich. He's lost 10 pounds on Nutrisystem in the first week. Here I am handing you your winnings for the football pool. 11 out of 13, which is incredible. 12 out of 14. Well, excuse me, okay? And there's not that much in there, unfortunately. I haven't opened it, but I get the feeling those are all ones, so it's not. You're not going to be able to leave town with that. Also, unlike yesterday's mail, we got the first wave of mail today. Every envelope has a check for Camillus House in it, including the last one I opened, $100.
Wow.
And thanks to Paul in Deerfield Beach for that.
Great.
And thanks to Barbara Sloan at Channel 6, who sent a nice check and a real nice note here, and we thank her very much for that.
Sure do.
And don't forget, Camillus House, care of Neil Rogers, WIOD, Miami, 33141. It's the 13th of December already. Only 12 days away from Christmas. There were stories this morning about the homeless up north. They're having some brutal weather.
Yeah.
And 2 people died last night, and a whole bunch of other people were out there freezing their brains out. And even though we don't have that kind of weather here, nonetheless, it's something that's a real disgrace and something that we all ought to be involved in helping out, okay? 11:06 at WIOD. We're going to go back to these scintillating calls, and we'll start in Davie. Hello.
Hello there, Glenn. Hi, Neil. This is the original, unadulterated John.
Hey, John.
How you guys doing?
Boy, no wonder I've been feeling so good. We haven't heard from John. Now, just a little joke, John.
See,
I know.
See, John, as soon as you heard we were going to be dubbing tapes, you're right on the phone.
Well, Neil, I'm sure Glenn agrees with me. We extend our best wishes and good luck to whichever kind soul decides to volunteer to do these tapes for you.
Oh, Richard, that's why he's here today. Here's the first one. There you go. Here's the first one. It came certified mail, no less. Huh?
What did he do? Pass out when you said
that? No. He's all right.
Okay. The call before about Sandy
See,
Fox.
this will keep you so busy you won't have time to eat.
That's
It'll
right.
Keep you on your diet. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Sir?
Go ahead.
Okay. Sandy Fox was a guy on TV up in New York. He used to do the Wonderama show on WNEW TV.
Well, you know, there was another Sonny Fox who
Sandy
was on...
Fox.
Will you listen to me just a second, sir? Will you try to control yourself? I don't know Sandy Fox, okay? However, there used to, from Fox's Deli in Rochester, but there used to be another Sonny Fox who was on the $64,000 challenge years ago. Not the same Sonny Fox we got here.
Okay.
But a different Sonny Fox.
Okay.
And we haven't seen him today, by the way. Just mention that
Well,
in
listen, he
passing.
just got off the air at 10 o'clock. Give the guy some time. Don't start ragging on him yet or he'll call in. We already got Cox on the radio on the phone, so let's just relax. Yeah, he's on. He's standing by.
Chronic Cox.
Now, what was your story, sir?
Neil, I wanted to know how Joe Johnson did.
Joe Johnson, well, funny you should ask. Okay.
He's a great guy. He's a good guy. And he's got a beautiful girlfriend, a nice lady.
Yeah.
I like Linda.
She's Superman. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying she's Superman, but she's Superwoman. Okay, now wait a minute. Let me just take a peek here. I got it so screwed up. Hey, here's 7 to midnight right here. Right on top, which is the way Joe likes it. Okay, Magic. Let me tell you one thing about Joe. In the last 3 trends, 2-6, 2-6, and again a 2-6 at night. Magic doesn't do all that great at night. And I guess mainly they got a big 25 to 54 audience, and a lot of those people at night are watching TV or going out doing living and breathing things. They're not into radio as much.
Yeah, we're all watching L.A. Law.
Yeah. No, we're all watching Knots Landing.
Well, you are, but...
Yeah. Well, you know me.
Okay. Talk to you later. See you later,
Okay, sir. Have a great life.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now what was I just going to do? Oh, I was going to talk to Cox on the radio. Chronic Cox.
I'm not trying to be chronic, Neil. I just thought I'd tell you that I know several people in town who have not high-speed dubbing equipment for cassettes, but who have the ability to dub 30 or 40 at a time.
That's what we want. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
It's good quality, and when you want that, call me, and I'll take care of it for you.
Fantastic.
Great.
What a guy.
All right?
Thank you,
That's
sir.
exactly what we need,
Congratulations
Cox.
on another excellent
Okay,
book.
well, I'll let real people call you. See you.
You didn't hear what I said. I said congratulations on another excellent trend, Don.
Oh, thanks a lot. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll bet you are.
Fortunately, the checks are still cashing, so I guess I still have my job.
Well, Tanner's got some plans for those checks.
Yeah, he keeps telling me that.
He's got some property in the South Pacific. Okay, listen, thanks a lot. We'll let you know when we need it.
When you need it, just let me know, because there's 2 or 3 different people in town who have that facilities.
Good news.
Thank you,
right.
Cox.
See you later.
Bye.
I have a feeling we're going to need that.
Yeah, we are going to need it, because here's
yeah.
the first one that came certified mail.
One day.
And this is the early wave of mail that we got right here.
Yeah.
So I want you to be a witness, Fat Rich. There's my check for $500 to the Camillus House. and it's one for 100. So we got almost $1,000 here in one mailing with my check in there.
Yeah.
And when Sonny brings his check, now what are you laughing about? He's going to do it.
Yeah,
you think he would
so.
go on the air
he'll
and pledge that and then shine us? He would never do that.
I want to give him some grief.
In addition to which, he's got more money than God anyway.
True.
So,
I just
that Grandma Boone adds up after a while.
I just want to bug him some.
Now, leave him alone, will you please? He's sensitive, he's emotional, he had a good trend also, and let's be nice to our FM friends. Now that we're back on AM, they're all our friends.
That's correct.
We will go back on FM again, then we're going to be...
We hate him like poison. He's disgusting and he's subhuman.
You know, that kind of stuff. I want to congratulate Rose and the gang over there at WZTA. Man, I'm telling you, I am just... that made my day, my month, and the next one is going to make my lifetime,
Oh, yeah,
okay?
that's the one I want to see.
Because you know what they say, Rose? What goeth around, cometh around, okay? That's what they say.
But you have solved the problem over there, and we want to congratulate you on turning the corner.
One thing about Cox, man, he knows where to get in on this board. He called on the Palm Beach line. See that? And it's open again. Vacant.
It's always
Hey, listen,
vacant.
by the way, speaking of Lee Fowler, isn't he supposed to be calling to at least promo to give us a little titillation on that thing he's going to do sometime this week?
I know you want to wait till Thursday when the...
Now, we got that open line in Palm Beach just for you, Lee, at great expense to Cox Broadcasting.
Yeah,
and the owner just called moments ago. 655 WIOD in Palm Beach. I guess I better transpose the numbers because he's a little slow. 655-9463. It's 1112 at WIOD, and we'll come right back. Incredible. 1114, and my good friend Congressman Larry Smith, it says, working on the beef case, you know, that 7,000 pounds of cooked roast beef that they were going to throw out, has written a letter to the USDA urging the beef not be destroyed, but be delivered to the needy and homeless, and is going to be calling on the bat line, so that'll be great. In the meantime, we have another very impotent call. Ask and ye shall receive.
Hello, Neil.
On the Palm Beach line. I thought this was Lee Fowler.
No, hey, Neil.
Oh, it's a Lee Fowler spy report?
Yes, Neil.
Yes.
Yeah, John II up in West Palm. Last week I had nothing to do, so I was snooping around on my scanner, and I was listening. Yeah, is that better? Okay. I was snooping around on my scanner, and I heard on WJNO's remote pickup channel. And I heard Lee Fowler call somebody on the air a subhuman douche.
A subhuman douchebag?
That's right. So I thought, this is disgusting.
Shame on you, Lee. Get some Clorox and gargle your brains out.
Well, I called him up, and I got the board up, and I said, hey, quit stealing Uncle Neil's material. Tell him to get a life of his own and get some original material. Well, the girl did not know what to do, and finally she just slammed the phone down on me.
That's nice. Oh, excuse me.
Sort of like that.
Yeah, no sense of humor at all.
Well, you know those people up at JNO. They tend to be a little surly and squirrely, sir.
That's true. Just a spy report, and we're listening up here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
For just a second, I thought that was really Uncle Lee on the phone, but I don't know, he's tinkering with us or something. I don't know what he's doing. He keeps threatening to call in and give us this real hot news. And if he's got the hot news, man, he better call now or forever hold his own.
Yeah, I think he's got his own agenda.
We have an open line in Broward, 524 WIOD. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday you were talking about some of these drivers going around that were really horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the other night I got called back into work, and it's towards the end of rush hour. And wouldn't you know it, on a high-speed lane, there's some bimbo, a guy, doing about 40 miles an hour when he should have been doing 50, 55, and he had traffic all tied up. And that really irks me. But the worst part of it was, all over the white car, he had WIOD plastered.
Oh, that's great. We don't want him.
Yeah, really. You know, and he had traffic. He's doing like 35, 40 miles an hour, and everybody else is trying to skirt around this guy. In the meantime, there's 6,000 cars trying to get around.
Well, he was probably listening to the Dolphins game, you know.
Who the heck knows what he was doing, but he really had it snarled up. And just to let you know, do something about that douche. Will you? Thank you.
We'll do it. We'll locate him, man.
Right, thanks.
Okay, we'll at least get the bumper stickers off his car. Yet another radio super stupid star on 8 who I have no idea who it is. Hello.
Neil.
Yes.
See Michael McKay.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. I just called because I've got a Jewish John for you.
A Jewish John?
Yes, sir.
Boy, oh boy, I could sure interpret that in a number of ways, especially coming from you.
TV news reporter John Turchin.
Oh, yeah, I know John. He used to work at W Snooze.
That's right. He is a Jewish John.
I'll be damned. Like I said, I know a lot of Jewish Johns.
Yeah, but I meant a name, John.
I know what you mean.
Congratulations.
And if the audience...
Congratulations on your sinking Zeta 4.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Well, they certainly are going to come around the corner, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to wish Captain Dave any bad luck because he's a good guy, but I'd hate to be the captain of the Titanic, wouldn't you?
Certainly. That station, it's amazing 100,000 watts can be wasted.
A .7 at night. I'm telling you, when I saw that, it really did something to me. And that's what it did.
And keep up the good work. I'll send some money over for Camillus House.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Gee, Michael McKay.
What a day here.
Yeah, this is a Radio Celebrity Day. Of course, we knew it would be because the trends are out. We give them all, and then most of these people are listening every day anyway. But, hey, Congressman Larry Smith is on the phone. Hi, Larry. How you doing?
Is this the ratings wizard?
This is the Wizard of Menlo Park.
I called up to see what my ratings are.
The ratings are 99.2. There are a couple of goyim out there who are not too happy with...
A belated bell ringers, right?
A belated happy Hanukkah to you, Larry.
Thank you.
I'm so excited that you called because we've had a lot of people calling me about this beef thing, and from a couple of people I talked to, I thought it was hopeless and it was a lost cause. But
I don't know that it is. And you remember the old, saying in '84, "Where's the beef?"
Yeah.
Well, we found it.
Yeah, I bet you did.
It's about 8,000 pounds, sitting in freezing lockers in various suppliers' warehouses here in South Florida. You had a program yesterday, Neil, and that's why I called about this, and it was an issue yesterday, but I had seen it as well last week, I believe, and we sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Agriculture at the end of last week,
right,
telling them that if the beef should ultimately fall into the title of the United States government, right now we only put a lien on it, so it's frozen in these lockers, and it can't be used by anybody.
Yeah, it's frozen.
After legal proceedings or after administrative proceedings, there is a fine imposed. The meat may ultimately go back to the suppliers, and it would then be used in the private chain in which it started. But if, in the event, the United States gets fines and or the meat as part of the legal decision, then I have told the USDA that it would be absolutely immoral to destroy that beef with the number of needy people out there.
Yeah. 1127 at WIOD. Now, let me just mention again the address if you want to write to the USDA and let them know how you feel about them possibly eventually going to destroy that beef or just let it sit there while people are starving on the streets. You can write to Richard Ling, the Secretary of Agriculture at the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, Independence Avenue, Washington, D.C. That's Richard Ling, L-I-N-G, Secretary of Agriculture, care of the USDA, Independence Avenue, Washington, D.C. Okay? Okay. And the Camillus House is at 726 Northeast 1st Avenue here in Miami for those who want to go down there on Christmas Day and help out, or those who want to bring by clothing, blankets, or foodstuffs. Okay, let's go to Palm Beach and see what excitement we got here this time. Hello.
Hello, this is Spike from WFLX. Just want to let you know that the Grease Man is not Jewish. And we're working on your new picture of Johnny Depp. It's on the way.
I'll be damned. Boy, you guys are just incredible. You know what?
Hey, we appreciate it. We appreciate all the promo that you give us.
And thanks for that last poster, man. It's got a very special spot.
There's a new one on the way, Neil.
I'll bet.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Man,
Spike.
It is Celebrity Day, isn't it?
Yeah,
we got our Spike here, and they got Spike up there at Channel 29 up in West Palm Beach.
That.
Okay, that Palm Beach line is open again. Lee, can you... Maybe I'm not talking loud enough for Lee. Is that possible?
Yeah. Now
655 WIOD.
He'd fit right in on Celebrity Day here.
Because all the other celebrities are calling in,
right.
Lee. Of course, maybe his train came out, too. Maybe that's why things are a little quiet. Although they evidently do very well up there.
Do they? Yeah.
RMF does very well. Their FM.
RMF, yeah.
And JNO, I think, does pretty darn well. Of course, they can't battle that PBR, man. Once they had Paul Lyle on there in the morning, that was a little too heavy for them. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Neil and Glenn. I had a question. One question is...
barely hear you.
Pardon?
I can barely hear you.
Okay, hold on. Can you hear me better?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One is, why do they turn off the delay during the news?
That is an excellent question, which I have never been able to figure out. I haven't got the foggiest idea, but Nick, I am sure, is writing a message on the screen that says, we have report... Oh, in other words, there are reporters out there who listen off the air.
Oh.
See, and if we were on delay, it would screw them all up, and they wouldn't know whether to scream or eat a banana.
You know, Johnny Dark asked the same question to Mitch
well, that
yesterday.
answers the question.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wondered that.
Me too.
The only thing is, sometimes we do it at 34 when we don't have reporters. Nick doesn't do it. Roger does it just out of habit, I think.
out of habit. Because they don't always do it.
Well, you know, Roger, he's a great guy, but he's a fuss budget. You know, he wants to do everything just according to Hoyle. Don't take it personally, Roger. He's so sensitive. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, the other one is, how did Magic do overall, like 25 to 54?
25 to 54.
This guy has the most interesting questions.
Well, you know, it's interesting. In the last round, of course, for a long time now, we were number one on Zeta, 25 to 54 in the morning.
Yeah.
You want the whole station?
Yeah, like the whole kit and caboodle.
Boy, this guy wants, man, we got a demanding audience here. Let's see, 25 to 54, 7 to midnight. Oh, God, this is a mess. Spike is going to have a nervous breakdown. 3 to 7, 25 to 54. Just a second, I'll get there. Trust me, this is a mess. Magic, number 1, an 8-3 in the afternoon. How do you like that? In midday, 25 to 54. Magic, number 1, an 8-9.
That's great.
6 to 10 a.m. I bet you they're number 1 there, too, now, because we kind of disappeared. So, number 1, 6-0. Oh, 6-0. Anybody could have beaten that. But unfortunately, Zeta dropped from a 7-1 to a 5-0 into a tie with WIOD with Mike Ranieri. And they're dropping like a rock. Okay, sir?
Yeah, so if you were rating the stations overall in the entire day, like, who would Magic be number 1?
No. 25 to 54, they're number 1.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Overall?
Yeah, they're doing great, trust me.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
11:31, man, this audience really, when they want to know it, they want to know it. They don't want just a little bit of this or a little bit of that, which is fine. We like to create these students of broadcasting.
That's correct.
Because someday, if they live long enough, they might actually get into business. God forbid. Don't do it. I'm telling you, I haven't said that on this station yet, because we're doing just great. We're happier than pigs in slop here or than butt-licking ducks. But I'm telling you, don't get in this business. This will kill you. You'll wind up a broken man or woman. It'll just destroy your spirit. Oh, and you know what I saw yesterday? And I didn't get to see it because the phone was ringing and my doorbell rang and all kinds of stuff going on. But I came across, as I was, Oprah had some horrendous, another one of these guys marrying women with children. This one of those stupid shows. And I come across Geraldo on Channel 12.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what he had? He had John Wesley Fletcher again with, what's her name?
Jessica.
With Jessica Hahn. She was in Phoenix, I guess, so they had split screen, you know, and she was crying and sobbing and swearing and carrying on. I hope you go to hell. I hope you drop dead. Here are all these good religious people, man, screaming at each other and calling each other names and, you know, prostitutes and all kinds of sexual things that haven't been invented yet. And these are the same fakers, man, that get on there and, bilk millions of dollars. All you suckers out there that send money to these religious fakers out there, why not send it to the Camillus House or the Salvation Army or some organization that's directly going to help some people who need your help instead of giving it to all these grave robbers, okay? What a disgrace.
Weren't you glad that they were in separate cities?
No, I think, in fact, Geraldo probably wishes he could have had them together.
I was afraid to what?
I'm working a job on this radio station now for less than $400 a week, and this man has destroyed my family. And she's crying, man. She would have put Tammy Faye to shame. She might be auditioning for Tammy Faye's job on a PTL, I'm telling you. I'm serious, man, because she was just floating them out there like crazy. I thought she was going to float away. She was like Alice in Wonderland.
Jeez.
But it was something, and I didn't get to see too much of it, but they were hysterical. 11:34, but of course, you know, those forgiven sinners, man, those are the ones we love the most and we send the most money to. 26 before noon, April Wortham with the news update. A couple of Soviet spies, that's why there was a little pause there, but Nick is straightening it all out. It's 11:37 at WIOD. The word from a radio spy, Doug Tract is the grease man's real name. He is Jewish.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, why would some Goyish cup be playing all kinds of Jewish material on the show? Okay. I got a roasted Jew in the machine, by the way, which we'll be playing momentarily.
Appropriate.
But first we have to take these very impotent calls, okay? Payphone in Palm Beach. Hi, Lee.
Just as a matter of fact, that's what I was going to tell you about.
A Lee Fowler spy. Okay,
Lee
if he won't call in personally, let's flush him out, as they say, as Mr. Whipple would say.
You know who he had on yesterday?
I'm afraid to ask.
Nadine.
What?
Yes, the alien.
Oh, no. This
possible.
incestuous relationship between Lee Fowler and Steve Kane has got to be straightened out, so to speak.
I didn't believe it.
Too much male bondage with this. Too much going on.
Yeah, listen, I got in my car last night and turned on the radio, and I heard that the Finns were ahead 24-10.
Yep.
At that point, I knew they were going to lose.
But they didn't.
You're right. I was very surprised this morning.
Well, they tried their best. Strock came in, for the Browns and gave it the old college try and tied it up there, but the Dolphins...
Well, that's why they won. Because, the rivalry there between Marino and Strock, he couldn't let Strock do it.
Are we going off They're good buddies,
They're good
by the
buddies,
way.
I know, but, he's got to show that he can do it alone.
In fact, I remember Strock was on my Sunday show one time. He was in the building when I was doing the Sunday mornings on INZ. And that was the time, remember, when Marino held out a couple of years ago, and we blew the Houston game to start the season because he wasn't ready, and he didn't come to camp. And I brought Strzok in. I asked him, doesn't Marino care about the fans or anything? And, of course, the bottom line is they'll care about the money, just like just like those of us in this business. And that's what life has become in this country. So why should they be any different?
Yeah, but they should feel a little guilty when they go in to pick them up at the window on Friday.
Yeah, that's true.
But
well, maybe just a twinge, just a pang of guilt.
Yeah, listen, Berg, man, you shouldn't freak out so much when people start to talk about sports. That's the only thing Miami or South Florida's got to go for it, which isn't a lot right now, but...
yeah, we got the Heat, man. They're 0-17. They're doing it. They're giving it the old college try.
Well, at least they keep going for it.
Of
course, when you give it the old college try, you ought to be playing college teams. That might help.
Well, they could win one.
They might.
Against the
Sonny keeps predicting it, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah. So, Berg,
I didn't say anything about that, sir. All I said was this has been rehashed to death for 4 hours
sir,
already.
Don't understand, no matter what you say about sports, he's going to say
it's going to be done
rehashed
again tonight at 6 o'clock again.
Yeah. Say whatever you want, sir. Pay no attention to the butler.
Why do we have to do it?
Pay no attention to
more. That was my point.
Because he
as
wants
soon as you got on the air this morning, I mean, the first thing was, please don't talk about the Dolphins.
I was sincere, and I want to appreciate you for calling in, sir. Thanks very much.
Well, we love you.
Great.
Is that it? Are you leaving now? Are you going to be intimidated by the butt-licking duck?
I love the butt-licking duck.
Okay.
But he hasn't been over... Well, I won't talk about that. But thank you. Thank you all very much. Great show.
Okay, may the good snooze be yours.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I'm telling you, that Palm Beach line, we got it cooking now. I don't know where the calls are coming from, but it sure ain't from Palm Beach, I'll tell you that. And we're sure not hearing from Lee Fowler. Now, maybe, do you think it's possible that he's chickened out on this alleged expose that he's going to do on WOLD? Do you think that's possible?
No.
Because that would be embarrassing, you know. I mean, like when you make a gigantic pronouncement, as he did last week, and you predict all of these wild exposés, and then all of a sudden you disappear into the woodwork like a termite, and nobody can flush you out.
No, I think
there's that word again, man. Flush you out.
I think he wants it.
I feel a little flush now that I mention it.
I think he wants it at his time.
At his convenience.
I think he's got it in his brain.
His, okay. Miami Beach, hello.
Yes, this is the first time calling here.
Well, how you doing, pal?
All right, well, I'm a real Jewish John.
Hey, how about that? Another Jewish
I
John.
missed what you said about that this morning.
But you got to be honest, John is not a Jewish name.
I know. To top it off, I got an H in my name. J-O-H-N. Anyway, listen, I just moved back here from Gainesville.
Now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What are you shaking your head about now? He hasn't said a word about sports.
I'm not saying
Is there
anything.
anything that you're going to be pleased with?
I didn't say
when
a
Fat
word.
Rich comes back with your lunch, then he'll be pacified. See, he's getting a little surly because we haven't had all the food in here. I'm on this diet.
No.
And we haven't had all this food, and now he's getting a little bit bent out of shape.
Don't
He's spoiled.
listen to this man.
He's been
You're
spoiled
doing
rotten,
fine.
sir.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the point.
This is what happens with these guys, man. You spoil them rotten, they get used to being treated like royalty, and all of a sudden, man, they get,
You go ahead.
all bent out of shape.
Everything's just fine. Okay?
Listen, I need to ask you a question here.
Go ahead.
For about 3 weeks, I've been listening. I was turned on by a friend here. And I know you don't like the old farts and the Canadians. But what exactly is it you don't like about the Canadians?
The French Canadians.
Yeah, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, the French Canadians. The other ones are okay. The French Canadians come down here, and they're the worst. They don't tip at all. They leave like a dime on an $80 bill, and they drive about 15 miles an hour in reverse, and they're just, they just generally destroy the whole area when they come down. They ruin it for everybody else.
We were watching the Dolphin game last night at a sports bar, and the gratuity was included, and that's what spurred the conversation.
Yeah, I bet you had a lot of French Canadians. If the tip is included, man, they'll be there, especially if there's 40% off.
Oh, yeah. Well, what was it you said this morning about Jewish Johns? I missed the beginning of the show.
No, somebody called in, some young kid, as a matter of fact. He must have been 9 or 10 years old or 12 or whatever he was, and he said his name was John, and then he was asking me about the Grease Man and all these Yiddish stuff that he plays up there in Washington, which I wasn't aware of, and after I hung up, I realized that this kid, he said Happy Shavuos or something, was Jewish, and his name was John.
Oh, okay.
And I just made the point that John is not usually a Jewish name. That's all. It's nothing that we have to, bring in Yasser Arafat, have a conference about, or, Menachem Begin or anything like that. It just was an observation. I could be wrong. We could wind up with 50,000 Jewish Johns out there before the end of the day. I kind of doubt it, though.
Okay. Well,
Because I remember those great Jews, like John Ben-Gurion and John Begin.
That's it. I'm sure that's
and
it.
John Lapidus.
I'm
and John Lipschutz.
I know him.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
From the Bronx,
I'm worried
right?
about one thing here. I've been
Yes.
listening for about 3 weeks, and now I'm listening in my house.
Well, there you go, sir. You're an addict. You can't turn it off.
Well, okay, so it's nothing I should be worried about.
Oh,
No,
no.
it's something you ought to be excited about.
Okay, Mr. Rogers and Mr. Duck, have a good one.
You too.
Okay.
Okay, if I can find one, I certainly will. It's 11:44, 16 till noon on a show that is moving along at a breathtaking pace.
And it has been star-studded.
Star-studded. We've had celebrities. We've had would-be celebrities. We had former celebrities. We haven't had Lee Fowler, though.
True.
But we do have Greg in Port St. Lucie on the Lee Fowler line. How you doing, Greg?
How you doing, Neil? How you doing there, buddy? How you doing, Mr. Duck?
Greg is putting on his best South Florida radio voice.
I like
think.
this.
What time is your show on, Greg?
Well, we have to cancel for today.
Well, there are a lot of shows in town like that, including one on the station we used to work at.
So how you guys doing over there?
Great. Are we really, let's see, Port St. Lucie, that's not too far from Sebastian, I bet.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
You don't know that guy that writes me those letters, do you?
He writes you letters.
Hate letters from Sebastian. Yeah, they hate us in Sebastian.
Who needs them?
Those born-again Christians are going to come down and rip off our faces until we accept the Lord, that kind of stuff.
Who needs them? So I heard South Beach is getting developed now. It's Penrod's there?
Penrod's is there. It is open. They're got a long way to go to finish it, but they're building a gigantic, expensive, multi-million-dollar Penrod's on South Beach.
That's great, because we used to drive down to Fort Lauderdale, and...
Forget about that, sir. Bob Cox is standing at the city line, and he will. If you're under the age of 100, man, he will not let you in.
That leaves me out.
Oh, now we got a call that says the grease man is Lutheran. Well, so he's Jewish, he's Lutheran, he's a little bit of everything, okay?
He's bi-religious.
And he's got a filthy mouth to top it all off.
So what is the deal with Fort Lauderdale? Because last time we came down there, it was pretty dead.
Yeah. Dead is the operative word. You took it out of my mouth, sir. It is dead. The patient has been declared deceased.
What a shame.
Yep. Used to be a great swinging place, great time, a lot of young living and breathing people. Now the only young people they got left are the druggies out there in the streets. That's about it.
What is the mayor trying to do? Make him into a retirement community?
You got it. Outdoor funeral parlor, sir. It's the #1 business in this town. It's a dying business.
It's an inside thing to shut the hotels down, or?
Yeah, we're going to tear them down. We'll make them condo like they did on Miami Beach. That was the worst. When they started with the first condo on Miami Beach, that was the kiss of death, okay? And that's what's going to happen in Fort Lauderdale now.
Wonderful.
In fact, you know that hotel, the Yankee Clipper? It may before long become the Yankee Schlepper. Well, listen, it's great hearing from you. I know you're just astonished by this, but welcome to a unreal place, okay?
Yeah, I'll come down and see you sometime.
Okay, have a good one.
All right.
Bring your friend from Sebastian, too.
All right, take care, Guck.
Bye-bye. Well, we get calls from all over God's Acre, don't we? From Pahokee and Port St. Lucie and
Vero Beach,
Jensen Beach, places that I'm not really quite sure where they are. Air Force Beach, which used to be the nude beach in West Palm Beach until the little old ladies used to stand up on the chairs with their binoculars.
That's disgusting down there. Put a stop to it. It's disgusting.
And then they used to get telescopes. And then when they saw Lee Fowler on Air Force Beach, that's when they closed it down. They said, this is going a little bit too far. Okay? Lee in the raw. I'm telling you, man, I don't know what's going on. That Palm Beach line is apoplectic. It's going crazy, but I just have a feeling he may shine us. You know what I'm saying?
He may.
Would that be something if he shines us?
Maybe today.
So what's the story? Maybe Lee could take a poll today on what his listeners think. Is the grease man Jewish or Lutheran?
Great.
There you go, Lee, baby. You got your show now.
Glad to do it for you.
Oh, that's not him, huh? Well, every time I see that Palm Beach line, I think just maybe it's the thing that I don't understand is the only time we can get him on anymore, Steve has to come in here and call him on the Bat Live. You notice that? That little shtick? What does he have to do? Get Steve's permission before he calls the show? Is that it?
Apparently.
There's this incestuous. Then he had Nadine, the Space Queen, or whatever she is on.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. Oh, we got a Penrod spy report. See, the problem is, in fact, I got a letter about that this morning about somebody gets very upset because we keep taking the mobile and the Palm Beach line callers, and everybody else has to wait till they become like Methuselah, okay?
True.
And they're getting sick and tired of that, right? Nick says yes. They can't stand it. So from now on, if you call on a mobile phone, we'll make you wait till a year from Sukkot to put you on, okay?
I like that.
Get a little residual there from Bell South Mobility or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11:48 at WIOD, and of course the trend is out. And if some of you in the business looking for a new career, then check out the Entertainment Institute at 1460.
Jamaica, 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 Jamaica. Vena mola mola landa zizera fine. Rasta you, Rasta black, Rasta Jew, Rasta Jew. Oi! Rasta Jew. I say I and I say wo yo yo. How come you don't wear dreadlocks? I'm not that orthodox. I like Jimmy Cliff, and I like to smoke a spliff. I like my so bright. I am a Yiddish type of guy. Rasta me, Rasta you, Rasta black, Rasta Jew, Rasta Jew. Oh Lord, yes, Rasta Jew. I like goat's head soup, and I ride a motorbike. Chicken soup with Canada lack, that's what I like. Have you ever tasted red peas, rice and greens, plantain and gefilte fish? That's much more my speed. Rasta me, Rasta you, Rasta black, Rasta Jew, Rasta Jew. I want me tell you, Rasta Jew. Rasta you, Rasta black, Rasta Jew, Rasta Jew. Yes, man, Rasta Jew. Rasta. What are you doing? It looks like you're smoking a newspaper. Rasta black, man. Why do you always kick your pants and buttons? I'm always ready for action. Why do I cook bananas? Do you like cook bananas? What are you crazy? Do you at least peel them first? You mash them up full of man. So, why do you always wear jogging suits? How come you never could have seen that time really be? So after dinner, you must go home, maybe? Well, cool, still on the rubber dub style. Soon come, Bubla. Cool running. Level 5. After level 5.
All right, it's 11:56 at WIOD. We may have discovered why Lee is too embarrassed to call us today.
Yeah, in the Sun Sentinel, the radio highlights today.
The Lee Fowler Show, ladies and gentlemen.
The Lee Fowler Show today, 4 p.m. on WJNO. It says here FM 1230 is what it says here in the Sun
Good luck
Sentinel.
to them all. I think VM is what they meant.
Lee Fowler Show, Rabbi Sam Silver.
Give my regards to Neil Rogers. Tell him that I've never heard a smuttier program in my life.
There he is. Rabbi Sam
will be
Silver.
on.
Lee, I'm going to tell you something. Hang your head in shame. The most chronic guest in the history of radio talk, okay? A man who has sent me over the years probably 500 letters inviting himself on my show. Each invitation has been turned down since those early desperate days at KAT. I can't believe that.
And Louise Schuer of the Anti-Defamation League of Palm Beach.
I thought you were going to say anti-rabbi.
Discussing Israel's...
Because it was on Steve's show. They have to have the rabbi and someone who's anti-rabbi, like anti-pet.
They're going to discuss Israel's I Am a Jew law this afternoon at 4.
Steve just got through doing that last week, and he had Nadine on yesterday. What is the Lee Fowler Show? Is like an instant replay of the Steve Kane Show. It's like a poor man's Kane Show in Palm Beach. I can't believe that.
Rennick signs.
Yeah, we saw that. Okay, let's go to Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
What's going down, man?
Hey, it's all going down, man. Right down the drain.
You know, I never had much respect for gays before, but you're pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. Miami, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
How's it going?
That's what the last guy asked. You see how long he was on?
Yeah, that's true. I better not.
Better butch up your act a little, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to know,
Open line in Broward, by the way, if you move real quickly now, 524 WIOD. I just mentioned that in passing, sir. I don't want to take your time.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been listening to you since you got on WIOD, and I noticed that every time around 1:58 you get a douchebag that calls you. What is it? Is that an omen or something?
That's an omen that Steve is coming on.
Really?
That's his audience trying to get in a little early.
You always leave off on a bad note. I just was wondering, how you feel about that.
No, I love it.
That's not a bad
That's
note.
great. No, it's a good note for us.
note.
We enjoy it very much.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just saying it was a bad note because, we hate to hear you miserable. So.
No, I'm not miserable at all, sir. I love that. In fact, if we could get 3 or 4 calls like that every day, if we could get somebody like the struggling lady every day.
Yeah. Don't you say the other day I mentioned that we would like to have one of those every day to close out the show? You didn't hear me discussing that the other day?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we'd like to have it as a regular feature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll call a couple of my older relatives and tell them to call you.
Yeah, call a couple of your older relatives like in Deerfield.
Sure.
Or in Delray. Or in Boca.
Okay.
That hate the show.
Yeah, have a good salad.
Okay.
See ya.
Good luck to you. Have a good salad.
That's a kind of a
Who is
variation
that?
on the Bobby Darin.
Well, what did that mean? I don't understand. I don't. Did that compute with you? That was bizarre.
I've never heard that before.
That was peculiar, man.
No one's ever said that to me before, I don't believe.
Well, I hope you have a real good salad. What kind of a salad does a butt-licking duck eat? That's the question. And, of course, the Lee Fowler Show going to be discussing that on Thursday. I can't believe that. Rabbi Sam Silver and debating this who is a Jew thing. Lee, I want to... No wonder you're embarrassed to call this show, okay? I would be so humiliated. Nadine, the outer space queen, and then the rabbi and who is a Jew. Steve has just done both of those in the last couple of weeks. And he just continues between ripping me off and Steve. It's like, that's the poll that Lee ought to take. Who do I rip off more, Neil or Steve? Okay, that'll be the Lee Fowler poll on JNO tomorrow afternoon, exclusively. Okay? I can't wait till we get a hold of the Palm Beach trends. That ought to be exciting. Okay, listen, April's standing by with the noon WIOD news, and we'll come back at 12:05. And that's early caller, boy. Get ready for 158, because we're going to need you today.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson. I just want to say hi to all my fans. I love each and every one of you. And I want you to know that I gained 10 pounds. Yeah, that's right. Now I weigh 53.
Okay, that's Michael Jackson. He's on the Karen Carpenter Marlon Brando diet. I have a little antipasto salad here. Fat Rich is having his little garden salad over there and savoring every bite.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody, is that all you're eating? You're just having a salad?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
What did you want me to eat?
It's like Salad City. No, I don't want you to eat any more than you want. Whatever makes you happy.
The guy said have a good salad. So
I think they hate us now at Florizo.
Why?
I don't know.
They don't hate us.
That's what Rich said. But I mentioned your name, and they immediately started throwing pasta on the ceiling. And, no, it's just a joke, Carmine. Don't get nervous. Okay, moving right along. We still haven't heard from Lee, huh? Man, like I said, I'd be in hiding, too, if I was ripping off everybody's guests. Hope that Doug Young has a good day up there at JNO, too. He used to work here, you know.
He's listening.
He was here in the days of the Assassin.
Absolutely. He used to call me when we were on INC.
Yeah. Remember that?
Sure. Big
He was
fan.
another one. Was he really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's move right along. It's probably Doug on this line right here in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
How you doing, Doug?
Dude?
Yeah.
Hey, I called to tinkle on you.
Great. All right, let me take my shoes off, sir.
Now, is this going to be a good tinkle?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
Oh, of course. This is the good tinkler in Miami.
I've been storing it up for you. You're a great American. You're helping out the Camillus House and everything. You're doing a great job out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they really need it this time of the year and stuff.
You bet.
You're doing a good job. You helped out Stan on the radio.
We do? We'd like to, but
you
I don't
helped
know.
out the bird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we help the bird out every day. We just feed him and pay him and all of that. Why are you in such a good mood, sir? Is that the holiday cheer, huh?
Yes, I am.
Old Grandma
Actually,
Boone.
I called because I wanted to know if when you call collect, do you call this number? Because tomorrow I'm going to be in Colorado. Not tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah.
And I want to give you a collect call from Colorado.
Yeah, call this number.
The 751.
And Nick will put you on immediately because we're a cheap outfit.
Have you received any calls from there? Yes.
From Colorado?
Yeah.
Not in a while.
Not in a long time.
Okay.
Gary Hart
I'm gonna
called
be
us
skiing.
looking for a
It's the first
job.
time I'm going skiing, so.
Well, listen, break a leg, as they say. Not
Hopefully
literally.
I'll make it back in one piece.
Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Okay, keep up the good work.
Have a great trip.
You too.
Boy. Well, we got more stuff here now than Carter's got pills. Now, let's see. These are the addresses for Charha. We already got that. Thank you, Nick. And here's another thing on the Camillus House. We're waiting for Sonny Vox to come by with his $500 check today.
Mm-hmm.
Are we not? Mine is here. It's in the stack there.
Bated breath, as they say.
And we're waiting for Sonny Vox. Okay, we would like to tell our Broward listeners that it's easy for them to help the Camillus House, too. If you have items you'd like to donate but don't want to make a long drive into godforsaken Miami, here's the solution. Just bring the clothes, blankets, or food items to Quick Delivery. Well, those folks up there have been great, you know.
They sure have.
They're at 4543 Powerline Road in Fort Lauderdale, just west of I-95 and a few blocks south of Commercial, and they will make sure that all the items get to the Camillus House for you.
They'll come to Dade, yeah. They don't care. They'll come down to Dade.
They'll come anywhere, man.
Yeah.
They're very helpful. Quick Delivery, 4543 Powerline Road in Fort Lauderdale. And again, make those checks out and get them in the mail this week. Camillus House is the way you make them out. Send them to Neil Rogers, WIOD, Miami 33141. Okay? And if you want one of those amazing cassette tapes that we're putting together, a 90-minute cassette with a stamped self-addressed envelope, mail it to Neil Rogers, WIOD, Miami 33141, with a check minimum $20 made out to Camillus House. Okay? Okay. Plantation, hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Great.
I got a little suggestion for you.
Here we go.
Okay. You know how you're always supporting the Dolphins and the teams down here while everyone else is nagging them?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. And I was wondering, like, when the Orioles went through their 22-game losing streak, the DJ out of WBBM in Baltimore, when they're 0-8, stayed on the station until the Orioles won a game. I was wondering if you'd like to do that for the Heat.
Sure. Good luck to you, sir. Mm-hmm. I'll stay in the station until they win a game.
Well, good.
Now, that's a suggestion.
No chance.
Yeah, that's a real suggestion.
You want to go for that, huh?
No.
Okay.
Now, we don't have a shower here or anything. You know, I like I like the game, but I don't want to be too gamey. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. One more question for you.
Yeah.
Back in July, when you were on that other station, and when the bird would do the...
You mean on Invisible Zeta?
Yeah. When the bird would do the news, then right after the news, you'd run down the baseball scores. And I told you how much I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But with him not doing the news now, are you going to run down the scores for us?
Baseball scores, yeah.
Yeah? You're still going to do that?
Every day.
Because I only use
just
it
to
for
piss him off.
scientific reasons, you know.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
Have no fear, pal.
All right, thanks.
Boy.
Bye.
Okay.
Great.
Now, you got to make a New Year's resolution to be a little less surly about sports, okay?
No. I've never in my...
That wasn't like, I don't think so. That was like, no. That was adamant. That was a Sherman-esque statement.
Absolutely.
As in Alan Sherman.
I have never, ever in my life heard so much talk about any game, I don't think, as I've heard today and yesterday about this game.
We've hardly talked about the game. We had like one or two callers.
I'm talking about us. No, I mean on the rest of the station.
Well, of course, because Mike is a lifelong Browns fan and also a Dolphins fan, so he had, and the mystery picker is a Browns fan, and I don't want to, reveal her identity, but, and then, of course, Sonny is sports intensive. So this is a sports station. Don't you understand that?
It actually...
What do you think all those jockstraps are lined up in the hall out there? You think those are for management people? Huh?
It actually sounds... If you're in
when
here,
we came into this building, they were playing Ed Ames in My Cup Runneth Over,
that's
okay?
correct. You'd actually think it was an important game.
It was for the Browns, and the Dolphins stuck it to them, man. They figured misery loves company. The Browns had a chance for the playoffs, and the Dolphins saw to it that they can stick it where the moon don't shine, okay? And they love it.
Okay.
And Shula had that confused look on his face there, kept looking around like, what the hell is going on here? Especially when Gervais kept missing those field goals early in the game, and Don said, what the hell is the story here, Hank? And Hank was saying, what the hell is the story, Rick? And Rick was saying, let's get this thing over with already, okay? All right, it's 12 minutes past noon. You heard what?
This man.
A little bit of it, just on my way to the dentist.
You did great, okay? You did just fine.
You did good, yeah.
And you beat WOLD by a very wide... Now, see, again, in 12 plus, they beat you by, what was it, a 4-3 to a 4-1? 4-3 to a 4-1. Mm-hmm. But in this one... Their demographics are so old that even in 35... No, seriously, 35 to 64, this station beat the daylights out of them. So the overwhelming audience is over 65 over there. I mean, just ancient. And I said they better hurry up and make some hay with it because they're all going to be dead before, before they can sell the trend. And, of course, Zeta did real well.
They've turned the corners.
Man, you talk about taking an immediate dive. I mean, dropping like a giant rock from the Empire State Building.
Boy.
Okay?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, a month from now. And even in midday here, we actually showed a little tickle in there. We were only here a week and a half, but went from a 3-1 to a 3-7, so we're already moving.
By the way,
there's a little movement. By the way, I loved your anti-pet lady yesterday, by the way. Oh, God.
And what is Sam Silver doing on the Lee Fowler show?
Yeah, Sam Silver.
I won't have Sam on my show. He's the most boring guy.
Not only boring, but just chronic, man. Chronic, invites himself on the air constantly. He's a pompous rabbi.
Well, Steve, we would like to speak to Mr. Fowler. Is that possible?
Yeah, he won't call, man.
Oh, I meant to tell you that. I'll tell you off the air.
What, he's not going to call?
He is going to call, but not this week.
Oh. Well, if I just had Nadine the Space Queen on and Rabbi Silver today discussing who is a Jew and ripping off all of Steve's guests, I wouldn't call this week either.
He has a good reason. I'll tell you off the air because you probably don't want to mention it on the air. But he
really?
will call next week. I spoke to him today. He is
something sinister?
No. It's out of respect for.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Well,
I don't think one thing has anything to do with the other.
Well,
but,
he didn't want to beat up on anybody.
That's a good excuse. All right.
But next week he gives you his
Hey, listen,
word.
the trend just came out. They ought to be depressed.
Really? This is the beginning of the end, I guess.
Yep, something like that. But anyway, you're going to enjoy those polkas, man. There's a market for that. Frankie Yankovic and that stuff. It'll sound good on AM.
Your hate mail here. Who's this Susan
What is it?
Martin? Susan Martin.
All right, from Fort Lauderdale. Susan,
Yeah.
she's a great... Can I see it?
I know her name.
Does it have little drawings? She's a little psychotic, Susan, up in Fort Lauderdale.
Who never listens to the radio.
Does she hate you, too?
I don't know. I haven't read it. I just.
Well, let me look at it. Let me just take a peek. There's no money in there or anything. Don't. By the way, do you see Sonny Fox on the way in with his check?
No, that's right. He's supposed to match your contribution.
That's right. I got mine right in here. Now, it's 2 from Susan. Is that 2 for the price of 1?
I guess.
How much effort does it take? This man is so... I don't...
Don't be freaked
You know,
out.
I never dreamed back in the old days when Mr. Fatmouth worked over at that other station when he would literally rip you from one end of the radio band to the other. I never dreamed I'd be writing to Steve Kane as a last resort. He had me hating you back then. Here's the situation. I think Neil Rogers bites it. I told him so in a recent letter, but he was too cowardly to read it. Ripped it up right on the air, which doesn't surprise me because his whole show's a rip-off, and all he knows how to do is rip people, especially successful ones. He's a rip-off artist, Neil the Ripper. Now he's calling Debbie Ellis fat on the air. Amazing. Neil Rogers calling Debbie Ellis fat is like Danny DeVito calling Michael J. Fox short. By the way, I happen to know Debbie. His comments anger me personally. I start thinking nasty things involving physical humiliation. I'd like to see him end up as a contrived controversy on the Steve Kane Show. Is there such a word as cajoneless? What a cajoneless douchebag that Neil Rogers is. Gets my letter and rips it up. Rip and run radio, Neil Rogers style. Neil, you're a used douchebag. Sorry I had to use up your airtime and interrupt what normally would be an interesting and entertaining program with all this nonsense, but I had no other choice. Where else could I go now that Neil has no balls? With apologies, Susan Martin in Fort Lauderdale.
What is her problem?
Susan is another one of those wacko cases, man, who just can't turn this show off.
Yeah, she heard you rip the radio.
Yeah, she heard me rip it out. Another one that claims not to listen
ever.
Only when she's on the throne, so to speak, when she's pretending to be royalty. And she must spend a lot of time on the throne, I'll tell you that, because she can quote everything we do on the show. Thank you, Susan. We love you, too. 20 minutes past noon at WIOD. Steve today has early releases and game time with attorney Tom Bush and Bill Laswell, president of the Broward County Criminal Trial Lawyers Association, okay? Miami, hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah.
How's it hanging?
Come on, sir. Susan would be very upset to hear you ask such a question.
Yeah, listen, I just wanted to say that Rick Siderman is the Antichrist, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and also I wanted to know if you could play the Michael Jackson commercial for me.
The Michael Jackson thing?
Yeah, the Michael Jackson glove commercial. I'm in desperate need for it.
Sounds like a request for the Michael Jackson glove to me.
Does it?
Is that what this was, sir?
Yes.
Now, you know there's no requests on this show.
But just because you're a great guy, sir.
All right, thanks a lot.
Have a great day.
All right, you too, Neil.
Bye.
Bye.
What did he say?
Got me. I don't think I want to know.
Something about a douchebag duck, I think.
Hello, this is Michael Jackson, urging you to help stop the spread of social disease. Don't risk your life by having a romantic encounter with an unfamiliar acquaintance. I urge you to do like I do. Go it alone, but make sure you wear protection. That's why I recommend the Michael Jackson glove. Worn on either hand, the Michael Jackson glove adds the security and peace of mind that I need to do it myself. So remember, before you pull it out, put it on. And
The Michael Jackson glove, proving once again that a bird in the hand is better than one in the bush. Available in sequin models for extra stimulation.
Thank you, Joe. It's 22 past noon. At WIOD, we got a stupid duck joke on 2. Hello.
Hey, who said it was a stupid duck joke?
That's what Nick said.
No, Nick's wrong. This is just a cute duck joke since you were talking about ducks. What can your duck do for you that your doctor won't?
That was cute. I should have let that go. You know, that wasn't so bad.
Marginal.
Would you have let that go? No.
Marginal.
Okay. Yeah. You know Nick. He's Mr. Very Cautious, very calm. Now, that was cute.
It was, but...
Okay, call back again, sir. I'll let you say it again, and I'll think about letting it go.
Really?
A couple of open lines in date. I can't imagine why. After that, 751-9463. That's 751-WIOD. Let's take this break now, because I'm in the middle of my salad. You're just finishing yours. Fat Rich inhaled his. How was the plastic, by the way? That container was pretty chewy, wasn't it? Not too bad. Pretty tasty. And we'll come back right after this.
Friday nights, they're 2 Miami cops with a hot new beat. They're on the streets fighting crime.
Look, pal, we just don't do strip searches for jaywalking.
In Key West Vice.
We got a problem. The Moose Gang is back in town. Lieutenant, isn't that the group of hairdressers who attack people on the beach, hold them down, and then set their hair? Yeah, they're back in town. Let's go get them.
They'll stop at nothing to clean up the streets.
Officers, I'm sorry for skipping in a no-skipping zone. I hope you guys don't get onto me.
Just take a seat, pal.
Gladly.
A chair.
Yes, Key West Vice.
All right, stop, you pickpocket.
I beg your pardon. I'm not a pickpocket.
Oh, sorry. Just look. Like...
Yes, there are a couple of hip Miami cops on a hot new beat in Key West Vice. Friday nights at 9 on NBC.
27 afternoon at WIOD, the Neil Rogers Show. And now they surveyed, in other words, you only do selective ones? Is that what you're saying? Nick only takes surveys, you know, those things that Spike is doing. I went through the whole list of them this morning. I saw Sharon showed me the whole pile. Mm-hmm. And it's really shocking.
It is?
It's amazing. In fact, there are a few of them. It says, did you start listening to WIOD because of Neil? And there are a couple of older women that said yes. And then it said down below, one of the things that asked, what do you dislike about WIOD? Neil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
always.
They came over here because I'm here, okay? Yeah. And we thank you so much, you wonderful, lovely douchebags, okay? Pompano, hello.
Hi, Neil.
You've been given the sufficient third degree, sir.
Yeah, just while I was hanging on, he came on and asked me, did I come to IOD because of you or Steve, or was I listening to Steve? And I said, give me a break.
Really?
I listen to Steve now.
Good.
But the other question was...
give him a break, sir.
The other question was, should he have more guests or open phones? And, I'd say more guests.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Yeah, that's just what we need, like about 20 at a time.
Yeah. The open phones are good. Everybody rips them, you know?
Mm-hmm. You're cruel, sir.
Hey, Neil, I want to thank you for all your suggestions on the restaurants. I went to the Melting Pot, Shell's, La Tavernetta, and today for lunch I went to Char Hut.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Boy, those burgers are great.
You must be getting fat as a pig now, huh?
Yeah, those burgers are great.
Yep.
How are those onion rings? You ever try them?
The best.
They're the best.
Yeah, it says homemade. I didn't get to try them, though.
Yeah, next time.
You didn't try them?
No, I had fries, a shake, and the big burger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the shakes just hearing about it, okay? I don't want to hear about it. No, I don't want to hear about it, sir.
Huh?
I don't want to hear about it. I just had my salad, and I'm doing just fine.
I was the first one in there, 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And, isn't Lee Fowler the one who used to call and say that Steve was the only talent on the radio and Stan had no talent?
That is correct.
Yeah, that was him.
That was Lee, yeah.
He said Stan was marginal.
That was misguided Lee.
Yeah. Well, I hope he calls in today.
No, he's next week.
Okay. All right. I got written down here.
We put Lee's life on hold.
Yeah.
Which it has been, as a matter of fact, for quite some time now.
Yeah. Okay, one other thing, Neil. Good day.
Okay. Excellent. That was our first good day of the day.
That's right.
And we always appreciate a good day.
Especially this hour.
That Palm Beach line is available, by the way. We just mentioned that in passing, not that we're expecting anything exciting. 655-9463. That's 655-WIOD. And let's wonder how the dean is doing up in Philadelphia, huh?
Boy, yeah.
You got a lot of old folks up there.
I heard there was a full-page ad in the paper this week.
I'll be
announcing
damned.
his arrival in Philly. Mm-hmm. Someone called me and told me from up there.
You must be yanking my leg.
Tough talk.
You know, maybe it's my imagination. Is that speaker like lower level than it was the first couple of days?
I'm not sure.
The overhead?
I'm not sure.
Or have they tinkered with that? Seems like it's down a little bit.
A little bit.
Have you tinkered with it? I'm talking about this overhead speaker. Is it lower? It's not as loud as it was.
Is there a volume control?
Have you got the volume control in there?
No. It's just on or
off. It
off.
must be down below somewhere. They must have tinkered with it, turned it down a little bit. Because I like it loud. Because otherwise it doesn't serve any purpose. Okay, moving right along. I know the audience is really into this heavily. Plantation, hello.
Hi, Neil. How are you doing today?
Okay.
How you doing, Duck?
Fine.
Do you like me calling the duck or the bird? Which is better?
Go ahead, pal. What's the
question.
story? Let's get down to it.
Could you hold on a second, Neil?
Yeah, okay. 1231 at WIOD, Miami. Hello.
Hi, gang. How you doing?
We're doing great. Did you hear that call? That should give you a real good idea.
For sure. Hey, you know, there's an unintentional comedy show on at noon on Saturday and Sunday. There's a little Neanderthal midget that runs it. Anyway, this weekend he had the late, great Attorney General of the U.S., Ed the Pig Meese on, and it was...
We're not talking about on WOLD, are we?
Well, we sure are. Unfortunately.
Well, you are a masochist, aren't you?
It's a funny show.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
It's one of the only shows in America where the host sits on telephone books while he's doing the show.
You ought to be whacked on the head with one a couple thousand times.
Only on the right side.
That's only in my dreams. Anyway, Meese, the great pornography fighter, was bragging about his achievements and what a better world he's made it for us.
Yeah.
And there was a call, unfamiliar voice from the past, that asked him about how he could possibly get pornography off the airwaves.
Gee, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, and was, that zealots at it. And he's going to write to Meese. Meese is in some sort of a right-wing foundation up in Washington right now.
Yeah,
and,
terrific.
They're going to pledge their support to each other and salute and whatever else they can do for
I'm
each
excited.
other.
Okay, moving right along. It's 12:33 at WIOD. Boy, they're just really into it today, aren't they? They're really into it.
He's right. That is an unintentionally hilarious show.
Yeah,
he was
it's a
right.
panic. Anyway, moving right along, I want to tell you, since we're food intensive today, about the Armadillo Cafe, a new Southwest-style cafe serving foods that are unique and delicious.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo damn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but damn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a damn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a up-tempo record every time I do a damn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. Just a last damn time, I want somebody to use his brain to not come out of a damn record that is, that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a dog dying. Boy, this is ponderous, man. Ponderous and ponderous.
12:39, 21 till 1 at WIOD. Are you suggesting that Sonny would shine us today? A couple of open lines in date, I see. Somebody dropped off there during the break. 751 during that ponderous pause. 751-9463. That's 751 WIOD. Adam is calling collect from Port St. Lucie. Hello.
Well, hello, Neil.
Adam?
Yes.
How you doing?
Sounds like Eve.
Oh, come on, Ducky.
Well, just there in the beginning of the call, you were speaking in a high register.
Yeah.
In a high register?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean a real high
To do
register.
with what I've been doing this morning, maybe.
Well, we don't want to hear about it.
So what's up?
What is the purpose of your call, Adam, other than to spend our money?
Just
What is?
a minute, Neil. My phone just went boop. It might be my boyfriend on plantation. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Can
20 till 1 at WIOD. No more Queens from Port St. Lucie, okay?
Please.
We got enough locals without getting long distance. That opens up the Palm Beach County line again. 655 WIOD. Let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Lee Fowler is dead.
Excellent call. Miami. Hello.
Boy, I think that they're getting a little bit personal there. They asked me how I felt about butt-licking ducks.
Yeah. Well, these surveys, you know, man. I don't know what the Spike does with these surveys. I almost said what butt-licking duck is a survey.
There's a hot rumor that Lee's going to be coming over to take your polls for you.
Wouldn't that be great? Well, I understand he's going to Zeta to climb up their flagpole first, but he better do it before they have to hawk it.
Well, Neil, I'm here to grovel. Let me just get down on the floor and roll around a little bit. I want to send you money for the tape, but there's something that if I don't have it, my life is going to be incomplete.
Well, I have felt that way many times, but it doesn't always work out.
How about Elvis is Everywhere by Skid Rover and Mojo Nixon?
Well, that's no problem.
That's no problem?
I even have that on CD. I mean, it'll sound so good that...
Ooh. Well, I guess I'm getting up and brushing myself off. Well, thanks very much, Neil. You've made my day, and you can look forward to my check and cassette soon.
Okay, it's in the mail, right?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye. Wow.
Can we read Arbitron trend numbers from 7 to midnight?
From 7 p.m. to midnight. You like those the best?
Those are my favorites.
Okay.
See, my favorite...
reading from the bottom, from tied for 29th, WRHC and WOCN, a 0.5.
Uh-huh.
WZTA, a 0.7.
Uh-huh.
So they did beat out two marginal signal AM Spanish language stations at night. Barely. And they tied with WMBM.
MBM.
Which can be heard for at least 10 blocks in Miami. They were beaten, however, by WFTL, which can only be heard on the interstate and the turnpike right next to their towers. WSUA, Radio Suave.
Beat them.
WEAT-FM, which is not even in this market. WCMQ-AM with another marginal Spanish language, no speak it English signal.
Beat them.
WGTR. Joy. And Kiss, as in Kiss This.
Well, see, my favorite numbers on that are the ones that have zeros first, and then
a little
then
point.
the decimal point, and then the number.
All right, here's a message from Nick. Okay, he says, he did hang around with Kyle for a long time. Tell the callers not to bother me about your tapes. Oh, he's getting surly about the tapes already. Yeah, don't call Nick. Just listen, keep listening, and we'll tell you how it works. It's $20 to the Camillus House and a 90-minute cassette, hopefully a stamped self-addressed envelope, although we won't, hold a gun to your head on that.
Right.
And just mail it to Neil Rogers, WIOD, Miami 33141. Got to have a check for $20 or more to the Camillus House or a money order, or we'll have a nice collection of cassettes.
You'll never see it again.
That is correct.
That's a promise.
That's
Absolute
a threat
promise.
and a promise.
Yes.
And a guarantee.
Absolutely.
Okay, Pembroke Pines, hello.
Yeah, Neil, I have two quick questions, and then I have a rumor.
Okay.
First question is, I know Bert's going to hate this because it's about sports, but how did WQAM do against WIOD in the 6 to 8 o'clock?
Well, see, this doesn't have hour by hour, so all I could give you is 7 to midnight. And 7 to midnight, IOD had a 3.2, this is in 12 plus, and QAM had a 3.0, so that was pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Second question, you ever been to Gabby's on Hollywood Boulevard?
No. I know where it is, but I've never been there.
Well, somebody in the band mentioned your name Friday night. Said you were there.
Gabby's? Never been there.
Never been there.
They're hallucinating. Now, that sounds like something from the other station, doesn't it?
Sure does, doesn't it?
Somebody from Zeta probably was there, but it wasn't me.
Oh, all right. Last thing. There's a rumor going around.
Yeah.
Right.
Sir, let me just put it to you this way. Joe's a nice guy, but I prefer people who are awake, okay?
Thanks, Neil.
Have a nice day. It's just a little joke, Joe. Don't get all bent out of shape now and hysterical. What just happened when I hung up on that call? Like 3 lines went out. What was that? Must have been Joe Zagacki fans. Now, there is an opening in Dade, 751 WIOD, and let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil and Glenn. It's the new Ricky from Coral Gables.
The new one?
New and improved?
Yeah, because now I'm in Coral Gables, or Oral Gables.
What happened?
Well, we moved. My folks retired, and we moved to Coral Gables.
Oh.
I'll be damned.
Yes, and I hope everybody in Sunny Isles is, too. Please, I couldn't take 20 years of those people. I wanted to ask you about that Kasem thing. Was that taken directly off the air, or something that, just happened to be on your files?
No, it wasn't taken off the air, sir. It was not taken off the air. It was taped by the engineer. He was taping a show.
American Top 40.
And one of the engineers in New York taped that, and it was... well, that's what I'm talking about. And it was given to Imus, who gave it to us by way of Johnny Dark, and that's where it is. It's for real.
Gotcha.
See, he can hear a record in his earphones. We don't hear it, but he hears the record ending, and he's coming out of the... It's on American Top 40, which we've all listened to all our lives.
Have we?
Oh, well.
Not if we can help it.
Everyone knows what it is.
I also wanted to say something to Glenn. I mean, everybody keeps calling you Duck, and that's a pejorative for homosexual in Spanish.
No, I didn't know that, Ricky.
Yes, it is. Pato?
Whatever you say, Ricky.
Where are you coming up with this stuff, man?
Yeah.
Hey!
Duck?
Duck?
Yes.
Ducky?
I thought that... What was the other one for bird besides
Fagula?
No, not Fagula. No, there was a... Pájaro.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
El Pájaro.
Yes,
well, they're barking up the wrong something.
I think you're...
Listen. I was born in Cuba.
Okay.
I was raised in this town, and I can tell you that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, you take it anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's the message from Nick. So you're reading things in. You see, you're getting really emotional. It says, the old lady who called the bird a duck is totally anti-Cuban. She don't know Spanish. She don't know from Cuba. She don't know from beans and rice. So she don't know from beans, period, okay? So don't start reading all this stuff in, man. Some of you people are just obsessed.
I just don't want him to be offended.
He's not offended, and even if he is offended, that's his tough luck, okay?
Well,
for what they're paying him to laugh, man, he can be offended a lot. Just don't worry about it. Stop being so emotional and sensitive.
Well,
Butch up a little bit.
Well, I can't. No. But
yeah, I'm aware of that. When are we going to get a token straight caller this hour? What the hell is going on here all of a sudden again? Man, we got more royalty here than the Queen of England. Have a nice day.
Gesundheit.
God almighty. Open line in Dade and in Broward, ladies and gentlemen. If you move very quickly, just in Dade, I guess. 1252 at WIOD. The inmates are out of the asylum today. There's no question about it. And we'll go to Miami. Hello.
Hi there, Neil.
Yeah.
First time caller to your show, long time listener on WIOD.
Great.
Basically, I was talking to you about when you weren't on the IOD. Steve used to rap bad things about you and stuff like that, and my friends told me you were this and you were that. And basically, you got one hell of a show.
That is correct.
I the first few days, quickly became a Neil Rogers fan.
I mean, I may be this and I may be that, but we still have one hell of a show, you know?
You do. But, one gripe. Why doesn't the bird like sports?
Here we go. Good question, sir. Excellent question.
It bores me, sir. You know, like everybody doesn't like all the same things. Like everybody's different. And it bores me. I don't see the purpose of it. And also, I don't like, people could get hurt, like with football.
Oh, my God.
You know, and it makes me nervous.
God forbid.
Boxing makes me the most nervous.
Well, boxing is not a sport. Boxing is barbaric.
Yes, it is. But I played roughly in high school baseball and football.
Well, playing is different. Playing is different, sir.
All right, well, let me ask you this question. Baseball, not too many people get hurt, okay? Baseball's not a contact sport, and yet you hate baseball, okay?
Nah, not like as bad as the others.
Yes, you do.
Not
hate
as bad
baseball.
as the others.
Baseball's a marvelous sport. It's fantastic. It's great.
It takes skill, and I can appreciate
so do all sports.
that.
You think hockey doesn't take skill?
Oh, hockey's barbaric. That's
my God.
It
hockey
takes skill to beat each other over the head.
Hockey is as great as can be. Now, I'm not saying I like a lot of the, the spearing and a lot of the stuff with the sticks that they do, which is grotesque, but hockey's a great sport.
I don't
Well, sir, there's no hope. There really isn't.
No.
I enjoy tennis, and everybody makes fun of me. Everybody makes fun of me. That's
golf?
A sport.
How about curling?
Well, now, curling, that's a whole different category.
Yeah. How about cricket?
No, well, curling I got into when I was up north. You know, everybody's into curling.
Yeah,
you know,
real
those
big.
broomsticks, you know.
Does that answer your question, sir? Where there's no sense, there's no feeling.
No, there's not. Well, love your show, Neil, and I keep on listening. I listen to WIOD from 5:30 in the morning till sports talk is over. So
God bless you, sir.
All righty.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye-bye. See, there's what we need. Even if you don't like him, he's a great caller and a great WIOD groupie, and that's what we like. We want people to be like slaves to this station.
Exactly.
Chained to it. Open line and date, if you move very quickly now, 751-9463 for you real dodo birds at 751 WIOD. Speaking of dodo birds, Palm Beach.
Yes, you guys got a great show. I just wanted to know if you could confirm a few things. One is I was talking to a friend of mine in Philadelphia, and as you know, Alan Burke's at WCAU.
That is correct.
He told me besides doing his talk show there, he replaced Al Meltzer. Now, I was having a hard time believing that, but is that true?
You haven't heard that?
I don't have any idea.
Because that sounded pretty bizarre.
Well, first of all, who is Al Meltzer?
Yeah, who the hell is Al Meltzer?
Al Meltzer is...
No, that's not Al Meltzer. Bernard Meltzer.
No, Al Meltzer does the sports at WCAU.
Oh, no chance. No. What Alan knows about sports, no chance.
So he didn't replace him then. Second question is...
well, we don't really know.
Okay, second question is that I was told that Phil Saltzman would be calling the Kentucky Derby feature race if it wasn't for Chet Forty.
Now, even I know who Phil Saltzman is.
Sir, let me ask you something. I know you're in Palm Beach. Have you been listening to the Lee Fowler show? Does that explain your present state of mind, sir?
No.
There must be something either in the air or in the drinking water up there that is affecting you, but when you calm down, call us back someday. We'll have a good heart-to-heart chat with you, okay? 12:56, let's move right along to Gainesville. Hello.
Hello.
I think that was Dean Jr.
Calling from Boca, actually. I just got in from Gainesville, and, boy, I have to tell you, it's incredible just to hear someone.
Yeah, wait a minute. When I punched that line, did I say Gainesville?
That's what I thought.
No, it says Gainesville information. I'm not that stupid, sir.
Well, you never know.
I don't care
on this
what
show.
Johnny Dark says. They don't hear us in Gainesville. Or we'd be getting calls from Alan every day.
Well, so I called you a while ago, a couple months ago, told you that Wirt Downing was going to be up there, and he didn't actually cause too much commotion, but it's getting to be a real circus town up there because they have this, I don't know if you heard about it, but they had dwarf tossing.
In Gainesville?
Yeah, it was in a bar called the Animal House. This guy, Midge Wilson, goes around and...
Midge.
Yeah.
Is he related to Midge Costanza by any
I think
chance?
so, yeah. And he goes around and offers to... I think the prize is $1,000 for the person who can toss him the farthest.
I understand that Bob Mayer is going to be going up there for Channel 4 News.
Yeah, well, they got some guys out there. So, anyway...
to do some short subjects.
Well, anyway, I also have to say that I agree with Glenn on the sports thing. I mean, I enjoy playing sports, but just kind of watching them, it gets pretty boring.
I'm amazed, sir, by guys who spend like 7 hours on a Sunday watching two.
Now listen, let me quote from
games.
the great man of God, Jimmy Swaggart, who said that sometimes watching is almost as good as participating.
I don't agree.
Well, in some cases, but yeah, I know I have a couple of roommates that go to school up there and just have tons and tons of work, and they just spend like 18 hours Sunday from sun up till sundown just plastered in front of that.
Well, first of all, years ago, now I'm a big sports fan, don't get me wrong. Years ago, I used to get into that kind of thing when it was quality. But now, the National Football League is so diluted with mediocrity. See, people keep bitching about the Dolphins or this specific team. It's not a specific team. The league, the quality of play, expansion has caused this tremendous dilution of talent in all sports, and it's diminished to such mediocrity now that basically what you've got is a mediocre sport. So to be able to sit there and watch it for 6, 7, 8 hours, you've really got to be desperate.
Yeah, no doubt.
You
about
have
that.
to have no life at all.
Reminds me of during the strike when some people actually were watching taped games.
Yeah.
From
I remember
before.
that. And watching those scabs
on
out
Sunday
there.
afternoon. Yeah.
I mean, at least the mystery picker was picking scabs, not watching them during the... Well, listen, it's great hearing from you, and give our regards to everybody in Gainesville, to Alan, and all those other wonderful great Americans.
Okay, and well, I'll be in town for a few weeks, so we will be monitoring you, and have a good one.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. Okay, well, listen, we're at the end of the hour, and we got one
The most disgusting program.
Yeah, but you can't shut it off. You can't shut it off.
You old douchebag, you old douchebag, old douchebag. 57 degrees is just beyond belief.
Incredible.
And even Slim Rich over here has said that it is brutal out there. It is just absolutely
can't believe
unbelievable. I'm sorry, Jay. We had to say it. Okay, 106 at WIOD. It's our final hour here on a Tuesday. And 54 minutes, I guess, now.
I guess.
For Sonny Rock show up with that check.
It's empty.
Mine, by the way, even if he doesn't show, mine is not coming out of there. In other words, it's in there to stay, but I just would be really dismayed if we were disappointed. I don't think that's going to happen. He'll show up.
He will?
Okay, here's somebody who's in a big hurry in Westchester. Hello.
Hello.
On a payphone, and we got right to you, right?
Yeah, thanks a lot.
We don't mess around.
Kind of cold out here. I heard you people, I was driving in my car, and I heard you people bashing contact sport.
Whoa. Not you people.
No.
Just Mr. Bird over here. Just the butt-licking duck. You didn't hear me bashing it.
Oh, okay. I wanted to get Mr. Duck's opinion, then, of judo and full contact taekwondo and stuff like that.
My opinion of it? Well, see, I have a different opinion, sir, about actually participating in a sport and passively watching a sport. I think they're very separate things. So if you're participating in it and doing it, I think that's like... whatever it is, I think it's probably good for you, and it sounds like you're like almost accomplishing something. You know what I mean?
Well, have you ever seen? Did you watch the judo the judo competitions in
Terminally
the Olympics?
boring.
No, I did not watch it.
No,
very boring.
But years and years and years ago, I did that for exercise. Like 15, 18 years ago, I used to do judo and karate for exercise purposes.
But would you consider that a sport or?
Now, isn't that what Lee has got on tomorrow, that rabbi who does jiu-jitsu?
I guess it's a sport. Yeah? What else would you call it?
Well, it is judo sport, but...
Yeah.
But not for a spectator. I mean, boring.
Would be boring for spectators, I would think.
So you wouldn't... Well, would you condemn people for participating in sports where they might, get bashed in the face?
No, I don't want to condemn people.
Sure you do.
Because like...
What do you mean you don't want to? You just got through doing it in the last hour, condemning people who watch football. If that's what they want to do, that's their business.
It's just
You're condemning them. You're being judgmental. You're like one of those right-wing born-again douchebags.
It seems like a waste of time to me.
Well, that's your opinion.
If you're participating in it, I think you know what's at risk, and I think you're aware when you go into it. So, no, I would not condemn people.
Well, one thing, though, at least it's good for self-defense. If you get
Absolutely, I agree.
Douchebags attacking you on the street.
Exactly, especially if you're standing out in the cold at a payphone.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks a lot, you guys. I
Okay.
just wanted to clear that up.
Okay, have a great life.
Did we
See,
clear it up?
No, he got the cue there when I said, especially if you're standing out there online. See, if you get inside out of the cold, he doesn't have to worry about jiu-jitsu or goy-jitsu or any of that stuff. Okay, we got a mobile on 8. Hello.
Hello, Neil. It's the gal from Piccadilly again. How are you, Neil? We're on our way to Boynton Commerce Center. Neil, I've got sleeping low.
Boy, this day has been star-studded.
It has been great, hasn't it? All the celebrities are calling. What do you mean I didn't put you on? What is wrong with you? Oh, then there they go, disappeared. Boy, you talk about dumb. And that voice sounded very familiar.
Didn't it? Sure did.
Was it? Am I thinking of who you're thinking of? No, you don't. I'm telling you, the voice when he said he didn't even put us on. I would bet a lot of money that I know who that was.
No kidding.
Sometime celebrity in this community.
Huh.
Somebody you don't get along with too well.
Ooh.
Okay, let's move right along
There
to
are many
Mike
of
in
those.
Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
How's it going, Neil?
It's terrific, man. We've had every celebrity and would-be celebrity today you can shake a stick at.
Okay. You had a caller on there talk about that Elvis is everywhere on the tape. I was wondering if you get the chance, you think you could play that? I know you don't take requests, but it's been. I saw the video on MTV, and it's been like about 3 or 4 months since I've heard it.
Well, see, I got a real good excuse on that. I have it on CD, but I haven't put it on cart yet, so I can't do it until I get around to that.
All right, then maybe.
Isn't that a good excuse?
That's good.
No, it's legitimate. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, it is. That's pretty good.
I'm not. Which doesn't mean if I had it on cart, I would necessarily play it either. But I'll get around to it.
Well, since you couldn't do that, can you do a shorter one for me? I used to live in Hollandale, and you used to play that Hollandale Vice.
Boy, this guy is demanding, isn't he?
Sure is.
I'm not requesting. It's your show, and you do what you want. This is your audience out here.
Yeah, they don't sound like requests, that's for sure.
Well,
but I got news for you. If you used to live in Hallandale, you deserve anything you can get. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Have a great life.
You too.
Bye. No, seriously, anybody who lived in Hallandale,
right.
especially that young, he sounded like he was under 100.
Absolutely.
And he sounded like he was a little desperate.
They're two Miami cops with a hot new beat. They're on the streets fighting crime.
Hey, Pop, that's a handicapped space there.
Yeah.
In Hallandale Vice.
We got a problem. The Gray Gang is up to their old tricks. Lieutenant, isn't that the group of senior citizens who went around trying to get the early bird special after 7? Yeah, they're back in town. Let's go get them.
They'll stop at nothing to clean up the streets.
Hey, lady, you can't cross here. You'll have to cross at the light.
And they're determined to clean up the smuggling business.
All right, sister, you're under arrest.
Oh, so now you're arresting my wife. What's the charge?
Possession of powder. Open that purse, Tubbs. Let's see that white stuff. Yeah, just a thought. She's got over 100 bags in here.
Of what?
Sweet and low. From that restaurant she just came out of. Let's take them in.
Yes, there come the hit Miami cops on a hot new beat in Hallandale Vice. Premiering this fall on MBZ.
You notice he didn't say coming soon.
This fall.
Because in Hallandale, nothing is. It's 1:11, and we have another celebrity caller, I believe, on line 2. Hello.
Is this Neil?
Oh?
Neil, it's Sonny Fox. How you doing today?
You sound like you're off speed, Sonny.
Neil, I just wanted to say thank you for leaving FM in the morning. Ratings are up now that you're gone, and we're doing okay.
Okay. Boy, this is Sonny Jr.
Neil, when's your birthday?
Well, my birthday, Sonny. How come you sound like you're about 48 RPM this morning, Sonny?
Well, don't forget that Thursday's your birthday.
My birthday's November 5th, Sonny.
And do me a favor, would you, Neil?
What's that?
Say hi to Glenn Agony for me, please.
Okay.
That's Greg. That's our friend Greg.
Yeah.
That's Budell.
Who just called a minute ago on the other line. He was first he was at Piccadilly, and now he's at Sonny's.
Well, we like all these calls.
He's getting all that Bobby Q, isn't he? boy.
Pretty good impression.
Now, see, now Captain Dave will be all upset because we talked to Greg. Wait a minute.
Oh, gosh. Gee.
In closing, boy, it's really rough when you got to reach for this.
It's a good time.
Okay, that's enough. 1:13 at WIOD, but the real Sonny is still in limbo somewhere,
correct.
boy, and I'm getting nervous because it's already 47 minutes and counting, and maybe Sonny's on his way to Toyota of Hollywood.
WIOD.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This here is the King. I know I haven't been around much for a while, but I want y'all to know that up here in rock and roll heaven, I'll be thinking of you this Christmas. I'd like to give y'all a special Christmas message. A message of peace. Like, how about a little piece of that pie going by? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, Christmas is a time of hope, a time of joy, a time for loving. And I sure would love a big slice of that pizza you got there. Okay. Oh, one more. Oh, yeah, Christmas. Now, Christmas to me means family. And family means friends. And friends means getting together. And getting together means eating. Oh, pass me that drumstick, would you please? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And I just want to say to you right now, you know, I may be a big star, maybe too big. But ain't nobody so big you can't reach out a helping hand. A hand. Would you hand me a helping of those mashed potatoes over there, would you please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, like I was saying, ain't nobody so big you can't stoop to help a friend in need over the holiday season. Now, speaking of season, you want to pass me that salt sugar when you get the chance? Thank you. Yeah, just unscrew the cover. That's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this Christmas, why don't y'all take a tip from old Aos? No, leave those steak tips right where they are. You know what I mean? No, I appreciate it. Thank you. I want you to remember, we're all part of God's great big family. And you know God made man unto his own image. And look in the mirror, I'd have to say God must be a big son of a gun. You know what I mean? I think you do. But I especially want y'all to remember this one last thing. When you're all at home this Christmas, stringing that popcorn up on the tree, save a big bowl for the Kane. extra butter, know what I mean? Well, thank you, dear. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Cut it out, Rich. Cut it out. 118 at WIOD. Now, listen, getting back to the when Congressman Larry Smith called about an hour or two ago, and he mentioned the Department of Agriculture, we've got a phone number, because a lot more people, it's a toll-free number.
Oh.
And since most people are, A, cheap, and B, lazy, more people will call a toll-free number and, suggest that meat, that's 7,000 pounds or whatever, more than 3 tons of meat, that could go to waste, go to the Camillus House and other similar type agencies all over the country. 1-800-535-4555, okay? That's 1-800-535-4555. That's the USDA. And call them and let them know that, you've heard about that story or read about it and that you agree with Congressman Larry Smith and you want them to do something immediately, pronto, to release that stuff and get it to people who are desperately in need of it, okay? And not have it destroyed or go to waste. And also, if you've got clothing, blankets, or food items and you're up in Broward or wherever, our good friends at Quick Delivery in Fort Lauderdale will be happy to pick them up and bring them to the Camillus House. So you can just call them, Quick Delivery. They're at 4543 Powerline Road in Fort Lauderdale, or just go over there with your goodies and they will get them down here, okay?
That's great.
19 past 1, and we got a...
not a celebrity.
No, not even close, in Fort Lauderdale. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay.
That guy who answered the phone, he is to a radio station what a water boy is to a football team.
Okay. Whatever you say, sir. Well, he wants to be the Dolphins water boy, but,
Does he? Yeah, the reason why the bird doesn't like sports is because...
Speak up, sir. You don't have to whisper. Speak up.
Oh, I lost my voice.
From what? Were you at the game?
No, I hate the Dolphins.
Oh, great. Another one of those. It's another Mystery Picker Jr.
Oh, I hate Don Shula.
Great.
He's a communist.
Oh, come on, sir.
He is.
Whatever you say.
You didn't know that?
What is your... It's 20 past 1. Boy, you got some sick friends out there somewhere. I'll tell you.
Sense at
well,
all.
I just dumped it anyway.
Makes any sense.
Moving right along, we have an open line where we just hung up. Now, did you notice he lost his voice?
Yeah.
And as his vocal cords were shrinking away, so was some of his the other gray matter.
Yeah.
Sinking through the bowels of the earth. 524 WIOD. Let's go to Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Bird.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't that gay just crack you up?
Okay, moving right along. Boy, they're out there today, aren't they? I think those last two were probably calling from the same bedroom. Miami, hello.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to Neil.
Speaking.
Neil.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something. When you were on Zeta, you used to have a picture outside your studio of you with the Beatles. Whatever happened to that?
Wow.
What do you mean, whatever happened to it?
Still there, as far as we know.
Yeah, it's probably still there.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, why don't you go over and
go over and check it out, pal. Boy, man, are we getting some deadheads? We got brain-dead pinheads. Get rid of them, man. If they sound even the slightest bit like on that monotone, hang up on them. Don't survey them. Just get rid of them. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you know what this is reminiscent of? Remember about a week ago we had that last hour one day?
Last week.
With the very quick calls? That's what this is reminiscent. It's like Desi Rue, as Wichner would say. As Desi Arnaz would say. Miami, hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
How you doing? First-time caller. I have a question about the ratings, this book you got.
Yeah.
How do they take those? Is that just a random survey, or...
Well, it's not a random survey. It is a scientific sampling, alleged, of the, Dave Broward in South Palm Beach or wherever.
They do it by phone or by mail, or...
No, they do it with diaries. They take some diaries around personally, some they mail out with letters and whatever.
Okay, just curious about that. One thing, Bird.
Yes, sir.
Terry Merriman report.
Oh, now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Person.
Hold it. See, I told you the other day they keep messing around with the hair on these women, okay, on Channel 10. First they messed around with Diane Magnum. Every day she'd have a different hairdo and one, and now yesterday here's Terry Merriman and they've cut all her hair off. All of it. She looks like the singing nun now.
She needs to go on the Nutrisystem program too.
It looks like her hair already did.
You can't see her below the chest.
Oh, is she a little chunky?
Oh, very.
Is she?
Oh, yeah.
Is she really?
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously, they messed up her hair as something fierce. They've cut her real short and looks like a skinhead almost now.
Have you seen her in person?
Yeah, I saw her at a little event she did at a bowling alley.
And she's a little... at a bowling alley?
Yeah, they had a bowling something with...
Now, wait a minute. She wasn't there with Ann Bishop, was she, at the bowling alley? Come on.
And she's a little chunky, is she?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know this. They disguise it on the TV.
Well, you can't see below the chest.
That's right. And you know what Ann's got on below the desk?
Not much.
Leather.
Leather.
Yeah.
Well, I love your show. My check's in the mail for the Camillus House, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. You're our first sane caller this hour, sir.
Great.
That's right.
Have a great life.
You too.
Our second, I think. That's not bad out of 48. Okay, it's 24 past the hour, 124 at WIOD. And we'll continue with these spectacular calls in a second. Don't forget.
Now, from the Channel 10 Eyewitness News.
All right, get set to cue, Ann. Hey, where's Ann going? What's she doing with that machine gun? Oh, my God, quick, camera to the white.
She was fed up with reading one story after another about drugs and violence. Now, she wants to right the wrongs and rewrite the news in Ann Bow, starring Ann Bishop.
Don't kill me, please. I'll see you tonight at 5, 6, and 11. Gone.
Ann Bow. She took the news into her own hands.
What are you going to do with me? When I get through with you, there won't be enough of you left to make a good toupee for Don Knoll.
Ann Bow, starring Ann Bishop. Also starring Carl Weathers as Dwight Lauderdale and Don Knotts as Don Knoll.
There's a stationary front over the Midwest.
Ann Bow, she rewrote the news. Ann Bow, coming soon.
It's 129 at WIOD, the home of sanity in an otherwise insane place, right?
What an hour.
And this hour certainly is here to prove it.
Talk about insanity.
And speaking of sane, let's go to beautiful West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Great.
I just turned you on today. I don't know if I'm giving you old information. Did you hear what Lee Fowler did yesterday? Not the show he did, but at the end.
No.
One of the hours he came. They had another one of those contrived debates, and he said it was yelling and screaming. He said it was a pretty ponderous hour.
Oh no, Lee, baby. No wonder he's ashamed to call us.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
That was part of it. Hey, Bird.
Yes, sir.
Where do you get off? No,
I want to tell you, even Bonnie and Clyde never stole as much as Fowler has in the last, a few months. Incredible.
It's terrible. I don't listen to it. I just was flipping through, and I heard a while yelling and screaming, so I figured I'd listen for a little bit, and then...
Yeah, that'll generally do it.
So...
And that's before his guest got there.
Yeah. Well, he's always yelling.
Is he?
Well, listen, have a great day.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye.
Take it easy.
1:30 at WIOD. If you're not familiar with the WJNO Primal Yell, tune in to Lee Fowler. Man, there's something there, isn't there? Talk about a screamer. And we've had a lot of screamers on this phone today, believe me. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Just terrific. Are you real or a make-believe, sir?
I'm sorry?
Are you for real or make-believe?
I'm definitely for real.
Okay.
A couple things. Bird, number one.
Uh-oh.
No. I saw Terry Merriman at the Heat game.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, sir. You saw Terry Merriman in Heat?
Well, that too.
How was she?
Oh, she was sucking down a few cocktails.
My.
I'm being serious, too. It was right before her special, because I saw the news that night on a rerun, right on Married to the Badge, and she was on set that night. You know what I'm saying? She was on set with Ann Bishop, and right before that, I mean, I don't know if it was ginger ale or not, but at the game she was...
Maybe a little Diet Cherry 7.
Yeah, right. But the guy who said he saw her, she's not bad looking at all.
She's not at all, huh?
No, I don't think she's bad looking, but did you see her on the news last night?
No, I didn't.
They have cut her. It's like, you remember the scene, that movie, That Was Then and This Is Now with Emilio Estevez and Craig Sheffer? Well, anyway, there's a scene where they all get drunk and they take a scissors and they cut this girl's hair all off.
That's right.
And that's what it looked like they did to poor Terry last night on the news, man. I mean, her hair is like all on the cutting room floor somewhere.
Oh, jeez.
Exactly. Those people at Channel 10, I think Brian Norcross is arranging the hairdos. I really do.
Oh, I don't know. Either him or the little guy.
Either that or they got Walt Croneiss doing with the shaky thumbs doing the haircuts, you know?
What about Massingale?
What about him?
Well, how about...
I know, he's a real douche. I know.
No, but she's pretty hot. She's got some hips, but I think...
Who, Massingale?
No. Also, a couple other things. Did you see after... on 60 Minutes,
yeah, the hanging judge.
Yeah, and she was on, how come she wasn't on Steve's show?
Well, he doesn't have those chronic guests on anymore. He has original different people on, like Bob Kunst and Rick Siderman.
You're not just fronting for him, are you?
No, it's just a joke. Didn't you hear what I just said?
Yeah, Rick Siderman.
And Ellis Rubin and all those original guests.
Every other day. And I know why...
Well, Ellen is busy. The hanging judge's busy riding that bike.
Yeah, right. Hey, Bert, I know why they don't let you do the news.
And why is that, sir?
Well, because he used to make so many errors, and he didn't pre-read his material. On, you know how you have that Bird bit where he messes up all the time?
Yeah.
And this is a hardcore news show.
Well, that's perfect for our audience, sir.
Yeah, right, exactly.
They'll catch on. They'll catch on after we've been here long enough.
I think you ought to do something from the tabloids. That was great. That's hilarious.
We'll bring it back.
Well, great. I have one other thing about the ratings.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to take up too much time. Do they have a section for like the overnight DJs where who has the biggest share?
No.
They don't do that.
Not after
period
midnight.
At all?
No. I mean, there is such a thing, but we don't get it.
Oh, okay, but there is.
You can get it if you're desperate, but there's so few people listening overnight that it's not worth, you know.
I see. I was just curious. I was wondering.
In closing.
Yeah, in closing, I was wondering if you could play that Saul and Harry bit about.
Jewish Poconos.
That was hilarious.
Coming up right after the news.
Are you serious?
Well, it just dawned on me, yeah.
Great, Neil.
Have a good one.
Thanks a lot.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
134 at WIOD. Let's tell you about the Brick Oven Pizzeria, as Ernie would say. No matter what you call it, the pizza is sensational. The people who read South Florida Magazine have voted it the best pizza in South Florida 2 years in a row. It is unique. It is totally different. Small, personal-sized pizzas cooked in those wood-burning brick ovens in just 3 minutes. It's not one of those places you order your pizza and then you read War and Peace before it comes to the table, man. In just 3 minutes, they will have it to you hot and delicious, just the way you like it, with any of the toppings you like, or just the cheese and tomatoes, which is fantastic. And, of course, all kinds of great calzones and sandwiches. The garlic slices are out of this world. Their baked ziti and spaghetti are fantastic. And if you're on a diet, they've even got great antipastos and other salads at the Brick Oven. And when you stop by, you might, I'll write another 500 and bring it in tomorrow. If you
right. I mean, you have your checkbook with you here?
I don't usually bring my checkbook in, Sonny. Are you that insecure that you bring your checkbook to work with you?
I trust.
That's great. Thank you very much. It really is 1,000. How do you like that?
Incredible.
Yeah. I'll be damned. Now, wait a minute. Let's take a look at the book.
I want to ask you a question.
Herman and McBean are going to be really peeled about this, but they didn't give me a dime yet, so...
no one can hear him better than you can you. He's like closer to the microphone.
He's laid back.
You can hear him better than me, really?
Well, different tone.
Well, we're different
More
guys.
like a broadcaster.
One of the reasons I like Neil, he still is into enunciation.
Yeah. Yeah, you would. What did you think of Budel's impression of you this afternoon, Sonny?
He thought he was using a computer or something.
Yeah, it was really screwed up. That's why we knew it wasn't you.
Yeah, it was dropping out and everything.
And he wasn't muffled, so we knew it wasn't you.
He must be a bigger fan because I can't do him.
I can't
Well,
either.
let's not get into that. Okay, 6 to 10 a.m., 25 to 54. That's what you really want to know.
Oh, I have a movie for you.
Are you going to listen to me? I'm going to give you a big boost here. You went up from a 4.7 to a 4.9. And,
that's not 12 plus.
No, that's 25 to 54. I'll get to that. Gee, don't be impatient now, will you? Just relax.
Who beat us? Speaks English.
Oh, geez, now we got to go back again. Let's
Mike
see.
did, right?
Magic had a 6. Wacky, which no spaghetti and glaze. Zeta, although he dropped from a 7.1 to a 5. That's surprising, isn't it? And Ranieri had a 5. Zeta is dropping like a rock from above.
Neil's enjoying one of the few times an announcer can enjoy a slide as much as a game.
Trust me. More than a game.
More than that.
If you had any idea,
so am I.
Because you know what they say, what goeth around comes around. You know what they say?
Well, they've solved the problem over there, Sonny. You know, they've turned the corner.
Yeah, number 3 they're shooting for.
But it's going to be number 23. That's the problem.
I like what was the logic you expressed a while ago about you'd rather have like a 2.5 you can sell?
Oh, yeah.
To me, that'd be like the time to replace the sales department, not the announcer, you know.
Well, they've solved the problem.
Well, good luck.
You guys work without earphones in here.
Isn't that
because we have an overhead.
Are you
so
jealous?
You can hear it.
Are you
Isn't that
jealous?
great? You can hear
everyone
yourself.
has overhead, Neil.
Oh,
this guy. Put away that checkbook, son. I can't find it. I can't find 6 to 10 a.m. 12 plus. I will find it here if we have to stay on 3 o'clock again.
We went from a 4 to a 4.5. All right.
Here, I got it. Let's see.
I just call me a liar.
No. He went from. We said this already. He went from a 4 to a 4.5. Number 5, beaten not only by QBA and AQI, which no speaking in English. Ranieri, you had a 6.1, and Life, which doesn't count. So basically, you were second among the real radio stations.
Great. Well,
that's great.
And congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Excellent.
We
well,
don't
I
have
just
any idea how you
won't...
keep doing it, but congratulations.
You don't want to mess the show up? Is that what you're saying? You don't want
I don't want to take your time on to make sure that Neil's going to agree to that grand, you know.
No problem. I will trust me. Sunday. There will be another 500 here, and that's between us. That'll be $2,000, which is a real good deal. I appreciate it very much.
By the way, my vet is much better looking than yours.
Is it? What color is it?
It's black with black.
I like red.
Honeycomb.
We're going to take back. We're going to. He just gave us the show for tomorrow. We'll take a poll. Which red or black, folks, on vets? Huh?
Yeah. Well, nice being here, but Grandma Boone's waiting in the car.
And your 10-year-old program director would get really upset if we give you too much. And Herman and McQueen, thank you, Sonny, very much.
Generous, right?
Thank you.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thanks, Sonny.
And we promise we won't go on FM again for at least 6 months.
By the way, doesn't Steve look like what's that guy, Steve Reeves?
This is Steve right here, as a matter of fact.
No, really, he's got that gladiator look. You know,
yeah, he sure does. Gladiator. We understand it. We know your humor, Sonny. Thank you very much. See, I told you, Sonny. You guys kept saying, "Oh, Sonny's going to shine you, going to shine you." He wouldn't shine us. Okay, say hi to him.
Real glad
while you're crossing Hallandale Beach Boulevard. Be careful, Sonny. Now that's terrific. $1,000. Okay,
sure
he promised 500, and he brought 1,000, and I'm going to bring another 500 in tomorrow.
Great.
Okay.
I'm glad to be...
By the way, it's all tax deductible. It's a, charity. It's all tax deductible for those of you cheapskates out there. So that should motivate you. I mean, here are two of the radio bigwigs. And, of course, since Greg called us, we expect him to be coming up with a check, which he's been very generous, too. Remember we did the thing for the holiday fund? Wasn't it for that? Or was it so far? Whatever it was.
So far, he contributed.
He contributed, and Tanner came up with a big check, and your good friend Irene brought a check. Well, she did.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I mean, don't hold that against her. I know you don't want to hold anything against her. I know. You're so... Man, you and that gloves and Steve and W Snooze. It's a good thing I don't have any grudges against any former stations. You know, although Zeta at night had a .7. I just thought I'd mention that again in case it's...
I'll beat him, so, we got to give him a break.
Oh, God. I hear Woofy Radio beat him, too, at night. 11 before 2 at WIOD. I want to tell you about God.
Y ahora, la fiesta de la mañana con Mil Rojes y el pájaro. En la emisora número 1, WIOD, WIOD, 610 AM.
Whatever you say. 153 at WIOD. There we go again. Can't keep them down in the big city. Well, I want to thank them Hawks for coming by. Now, seriously, grand is just a magnificent gesture for Camillus House. And I brought in the 500, being a cheapskate, and I'll bring in the other 500 tomorrow, no problem. And, you folks better get on the bandwagon now, okay? Make the checks out today while you're motivated, while you hear that the big shooters are doing their thing. You better write out your check for 10 or 20 or 50. And again, if you want one of those cassettes, which are going to be ready, at least the master will be ready on Sunday, so they'll start going out next week.
Right.
Then a $20 check or more to Camillus House. Don't be a piker. If you can afford more than that, then, make the check out for 50 or 100, whatever. It all adds up big. And, a stamped self-addressed envelope, a 90-minute cassette, right?
That's
and
correct.
If you don't have the envelope, life will go on. We'll still get it out to you.
Yeah.
And mail it to Neil Rogers, WIOD, Miami 33141. Okay?
I just want to remark about what a star-studded program
This has been an incredible day. This is like old times again, like
Isn't
back
it?
on INZ on that kicking ass station. Can we, one more time?
For the West Coast.
One more time for the West Coast to make it complete and really bring back those memories, okay?
Kicking ass with 50,000 watts of power all over South Florida. From the Keys to the Palm Beaches, even out to the Bahamas. This is WINZ.
Oh, yeah. This was WINZ, I should say. This never was. This is WIOD, for those who aren't quite sure, and we want to make sure you are. Let me say it again, WIOD. But that was WINZ once upon a time. And if they've seen these numbers, man, it's a shadow of its former self.
True.
We don't want to rub it in. Well, yes, we do. Miami, hello.
Hello, Neil?
Yeah.
I called the USDA. I thought you'd be interested in what they had to say.
Okay.
First of all, the lady wanted to know who was giving out their phone number.
Yeah.
She's been inundated with calls for the last 2 hours.
Great.
The second thing was that the meat was sent from Connecticut, and the reason a decision hasn't been made to destroy it or hand it out is because they're not sure of the jurisdiction. It may go back to Connecticut, and therefore the state of Connecticut will decide what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
If they jurisdicted it in the state of Florida, then it would be the state's decision to destroy it or hand it out.
Yeah.
The meat is not contaminated. It's frozen. And as they understand it, the only problem with it is it's too, what is it? She said, too tough for their standards.
That's correct.
But it's still very edible, and I'm sure that the people who are starving to death would not quibble, one way or the other.
Right. She said to call back either tomorrow or the day after, and they would have the name of the person responsible for making the decision to destroy it or not.
Great.
So call them back.
Okay.
In 2 days, you'll know who to get on.
All right. That number again is 1-800-535-4555.
Right, and it took me about 20 minutes to get through because